Good evening and welcome to episode 109 for Schnozzcast on Friday, January 22nd, 2021. Good evening. This is Bob. To my left, starting around the table, my chums, my pals, Mr. Nicholas Bader.
Oh, good evening, Dr. Eyebrow. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, today is a little bit of a special show. We're going to have a special guest on tonight. I will let you figure out who that is after we go through the who's who of the Schnozzcast. So while my good dear friend is fiddling with his phone, trying to get everything to work because the Schnozzcast rests on his shoulders as far as technology is speaking.
Those slopey shoulders.
I'm going to introduce the radiant Miss Danielle Finn.
Hi, Nick. I don't even know if I can.
No, you can introduce Ken Lacinski over there.
Yeah, introduce our special guest.
Yeah, our special guest tonight is Mr. Ken Lacinski.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be back.
That's right.
All right, Ken, you got to pull that mic closer to your face, I think.
How's this?
Or your face closer. Either way.
Whoa.
Either way. Well, now you don't have to shout.
All right.
Ken, I just wanted to point out that that's a smashing faded salmon shirt you have on.
Thank you.
Of course.
Wore it just for this show.
So, and across the table from me, who is typically in that chair where the Arizona iced tea is my good friend Cory Selesky.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey, guys.
I usually introduce Miss Danielle Finn as being radiant. Most times I forget that she's here.
He did remember last week, though, when you were not here.
But,
Oh, yeah?
yeah. So,
Thanks for listening, Danielle.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I was sleeping.
All week? It's been a week since we...
She was sleeping?
Come on. At
Yep.
some point during the week, you got to
All
catch up
week.
with what we were talking about.
Oh,
the
my
scintillating
God.
topics that we covered.
Yeah, I really didn't get through anything this week because every time I was watching something, I passed out this week.
What'd you do? OD
They call
on NyQuil?
They call that narcolepsy.
No, I was just really tired this week.
Yeah, we take issue sleeping on the podcast, but not the bed is fine.
Well, I was on the couch in the middle
the couch
of shows.
is fine too. Anywhere but the podcast is fine.
Yeah.
It's anywhere but the
Yeah,
podcast.
if you could just train yourself to not sleep while you're talking into a microphone or wearing headphones.
I'll
would
do
be
my best.
Excellent.
Oh, well, thank you for calling me radiant.
All right. Well, if you are new to the podcast, welcome. We're glad you're here. Make sure to join us next week. If you are returning, but you are listening to us on Facebook Live and have not experienced the full audio majesty, I can remember some of those. I appreciate
some.
I appreciate it.
Some is the key word.
Yeah, you wisely said, and I probably should show that to him.
Yeah, I like how I did it silently, and you completely pointed it out.
But we have been a transparent podcast for over a year now.
But we're not on camera.
Everyone's well aware that I can't remember shit.
Bob, don't say anything.
Bob's not actually speaking. I'm working his mouth. You could stream us on Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, Mixcloud, or anywhere that you can get a goddamn podcast. You can also follow us on Facebook at Schnozzcast, on Instagram at Schnozzcast, and on YouTube at Schnozzcast.
Isn't that wonderful that there's no more dot podcast or Schnozzcast podcast or Schnozzcast 45?
Space podcast or
Yeah.
Schnozzcast 1 or Schnozzcast.Schnozzcast with the Schnozzcast.
Schnozzcast4u.org.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. It's just Schnozzcast across the board.
.gov.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, one day, maybe.
Yeah, we should be so lucky.
When we sell our ideas to the government.
Yeah, that's where we're going to rule the world, Ken. Also, you can email us with any of your existential questions or relationship advice at schnozzcast@gmail.com. And if your existential question meets the test, the Nick Bader litmus test, we may include it as one of Nick's existential questions of the week.
I absolutely will do that.
I said may. I didn't want to commit. I want to speak for you.
No, I mean, we've had contests and stuff in the past where people have won.
Yeah.
I would have to be the final say on if I pull the cord or give it my okay. So we'll see.
That's fair. Ken, thank you for joining us.
Anytime.
How long has it been since you've been here?
Wow, probably right before March, I think.
Of 2020?
2020.
Okay.
So
Were you wearing the same salmon shirt?
Pre-COVID.
no,
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Salmon sweatshirt?
Huh?
Salmon sweatshirt?
No.
No? Okay.
no, not at all. I remember
I need to get one, though.
was the. I know you came to Bob's once, right?
A couple
Yes,
times.
in the basement.
Yeah, and then you came here one time, and the setup was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I mean, I'm trying to think when the last time was here or at Bob's.
I was thinking it was episode 50, maybe.
Well, it would had to be here because we never went here before your house, right?
You were here. It was when we had the table like right
Yeah.
here across the room. We were all sitting at the same table.
was like-
looking at each
You didn't have the
other's
brick
eyes.
wall behind you.
Yeah, it was like a panel interview.
Yes. Yeah. It was like The View.
Not familiar with that show.
Come on. Huge liar.
Anyhow, but yeah, no, I remember that. What was I gonna? Trying to remember what. Oh, I think that's what it was. When he was here last, he said he gave me the shepherd's crook sign that he had enough Fireball at a certain point.
Oh.
And he was like,
Did he?
no, he's like,
I don't recall.
yeah, you kept doing them, and then you were finally like, I think I'm good on this one. I'm like,
Smart move on my part.
I have to give it to Ken because that is some kind of self control that we don't
You got to
have.
be responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For those 10 blocks, I got to drive home.
right.
You might be the only male on the podcast to ever turn a shot down. So, Nick, I had to follow up with you because for the audience out there, episode 108 last week's is up now and available on iTunes. Title is Dr. Robert Medicine, which refers back to the likeness of me that made its appearance on the artwork for the episode a couple weeks ago, and it's been there a few times. Clearly, he's a doctor. Clearly, there's a resemblance. So I've been told. But Nick, you mentioned there were a couple other people that were there, and I committed to name those people, and I have. So the guy that you used last week who's sitting at the news desk,
Yeah.
his name is Robert Newsreel. Robert Newsreel, the world's most trusted anchor.
Wow, I agree.
Is he Les Ness's cousin?
Oh, he looks too smart for that. And I'm not just saying that because he looks like me. And then there was another one for Killer Robot of the Week, which was me in a bathrobe, I think. So his name is Bob Ferguson, disgruntled robot assassin.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
Okay. Yeah, this is not, it could be up for discussion.
No. They're all to your likeness. I think you could name them.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I expected they'd be shot down almost immediately.
No.
And if there are any others that I've forgotten, you got to let me know.
Okay, so there's the Dr. Bob person.
Yep, we got him.
That showed up on your birthday and early in the podcast. There is the Killer Robot Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Funko Bob.
Did we all have Funkos, or was it just me?
All three of us did.
Oh, okay.
You just focused on yourself. Remember? Because you said, wow. You said,
Because it's the only Funko with gray hair.
could you make my hair any more gray? But it was all three of us.
Yeah.
So clearly you had blinders and only saw yourself.
All right. Well, we'll have to come back to that when we've all named all of our characters. And we'll put some. That should be probably pretty easy to do with an artwork, right? Just a little text caption underneath the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Danielle, start thinking about that.
I don't have any.
She's like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Didn't she have a Funko?
Mm-mm.
No, not in the little Funko of the three of us.
Okay.
So it was to take place of the constantly changing picture of the three of us at the top.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was actually artwork.
No.
Okay.
I was told last time that it was a very bad picture last time I did artwork of Danielle. So
Yeah, I remember that.
shut down.
Yeah. It was a very salty look she gave you.
Bob tells me the same stuff about him. My hair's too gray. Why is my hair so dark?
But the difference is I always precede it by saying, that's really great artwork. Awesome. Good job, Nick.
I didn't say it's a bad picture of me. I don't like the picture. Not the artwork itself. I don't like the picture that was used.
Yeah,
that it was
no.
based on?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he's he's a graphic design wizard, so maybe he might be able to take a picture that you don't like and turn it into something that you do like.
Ooh.
Some shading or some shadow or some tint or
Shade.
photo trickery.
Put a little tan on you, maybe.
Yeah.
Could use the tan right
I'm
now.
just saying he could probably do that. But you have to be nice to him.
It could be a summer Danielle picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An Oscoda Danielle picture.
Oh, summer Danielle's so much more fun than regular Danielle.
Listen.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
Summer Danielle would laugh, and she would have a breakfast burrito.
That's vacation, Danielle. That's different.
Oh, that's true. That's
Wait,
true.
what? So
Vacation Danielle is the most fun.
The most fun, sure.
Yeah. Summer Danielle is like wears tiny shorts to my house and complains that it's cold because of the air conditioning.
But I figured summer Danielle would at least be, okay, you're not on vacation, but it's not freezing cold.
It's better.
But it's still freezing cold down here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about summertime Danielle.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize you had to be on vacation to be fun.
No, I
Okay.
just I don't care about things on vacation because I don't have to have any responsibility or be
Yes.
responsible for others.
The pressure.
Oh, okay. Well, so who's responsible for him then when you're on vacation?
Nobody.
That
Oh,
is
that's-
true.
that's
She does.
Free for all.
That's not good.
That is true. She does have a sparkle in her eye on vacation. I remember, like, she had said about us being late to getting to the river that wasn't going anywhere. But she'd said, like, she's like, if we go, we go. If we don't, we don't. If he gets up and we go and he's not there, oh well, it's vacation. Who cares? And I'm like, yes.
I dare say he took full advantage of you not watching after him. You know, spaced, floating down the river. Mumbling something about Grizzly.
But anyhow,
let me go back through. There were a couple of the things that I had here. This is so. I got to bring Ken into the conversation here, and so I was going through some notes from last week, just the midnight burbling notes that I have, and we were talking about cereal. Okay. So one of our friends, Mr. Joseph Arguido Jr.
One and
had
only.
he had bought. I'm sure you've seen the commercials or the ads on Facebook for like Magic Spoon cereal. You know you've seen them. He bought several boxes of those and was trying them out and asking us what we thought. And come to find out, they're like $10 a box.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so I poo-pooed that, and then Nick said something about like, oh, that cereal you like, doesn't that $10 a box? I'm like, no, that's more like $5-6 a box. And Cory's like, well, I got it for $3.75, and I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So the question came up, what was your favorite cereal when you were a kid first?
Probably Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. As you became an adult, then did it change into something else, or did it remain Lucky Charms?
No. The toasted almond. Yeah.
Toasted almond charms?
No. Toasted oats.
Toasted oats.
Yes, with the almonds in it.
Okay. So do you like pour a bunch of sugar on that, or?
No sugar.
So at some point you were like, okay, I'm done with the sugary cereals. I prefer oats and toasted flavor in my cereal.
I pretend I'm an adult, so I eat the adult cereal.
You don't have to, but you don't have to do that. You can eat whatever you want, I assume, or maybe you can't.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if like it had to pass like the wife test when you came home. Like, no, Ken, you're not eating.
No.
Okay, good. So yeah, at some point your taste changed to say I like toasted oats now. I've moved. When I was a child, I ate cereal as a child and I spoke as a child, but now I'm
I
an
dropped
adult.
the box of sugar.
You did. Okay. What about you, Danielle?
As a kid,
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles.
Okay, and now?
Fruity Pebbles.
All right.
I don't really eat cereal that often, though. It's
Well,
not like my choice food.
But when you do, it's Fruity Pebbles?
Or Fruit Loops.
Okay, this is close.
Yeah.
Do you always have a box of that in the house at all times?
No, I don't have any cereal in the house.
Okay. When you want some, do you then you plan it then, right? It's never like an impulse, like I have to have some cereal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't, because I typically don't.
You just get the feeling
Eat
and you're
cereal.
like at the store, you're like, I think I'll pick up a box.
I haven't had a feeling for it in a while.
Really?
No.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
What about your man there?
He just bought some gross like oat thing
Well, I
the
just
other day.
Crackling
that-
oat brand.
Oh, okay.
I just want to
Yeah.
say across the table from me, Mr. Cory Schnozzcast.
Oh, hey. So we're up and running.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Hey, these things happen.
So
thanks for fixing it.
just we're not gonna. You guys aren't gonna be able to view the screen up here this
That's
episode
fine.
just because we have so many cameras running.
Yeah.
It's really testing the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So we're just gonna leave it as is right now.
Should I disconnect my laptop from Wi-Fi?
No, we're
Okay.
good right now. Hey, Ken.
Yeah, no, he bought a box of what is it? Oat.
That Crackling oat brand that Bob likes.
Yeah.
Okay, it weighs like a brick.
The box. Or
The box was heavy. He handed it to
yeah,
me.
It's, yeah.
It's like Jesus. What the hell's
It's
in
some
here?
dense cereal.
Oh, it's dense.
It's very dense.
I've never had it. Is it good?
It's very good.
Oh,
Wow, you guys talk
I haven't
about
tried it.
Oh,
I
you
don't
haven't
know.
tried it. Okay.
Oat cereal doesn't really sound appealing
No,
to me,
not to
so
me
it's
either.
nothing I
This
would
is
try.
this is different. It's like a baked. What would you say, Cory? It's like a baked. It's got a sweetness to it.
It definitely is. That was the one thing I was kind of worried about because this is the first time I've ever tried it.
Yeah.
After all the years that you've spoke so highly of it.
It sounds
Yeah.
like tree bark.
Well,
it looks
like I
like tree
said,
bark.
it feels like a ton of bricks, so
it's-
it was
yeah.
not appealing to
Yeah.
eat.
Is the idea to is it for like older people?
Does it help you poop?
Yeah, I was
Oh, I
just
mean,
gonna
Oh.
say
I took a
too.
massive
Yeah,
dump.
absolutely.
Does it have,
Figure that's what it
It
was
is
for.
a, it is
or
a
something?
bowel shaking
It's-
earthquake of a box of cereal.
Got lots of fiber in it.
It's the oats, really, but
It's-
sure.
It's Metamucil in cereal form.
But so
But
you
it
tried it,
tastes good,
Cory.
though.
Does it
Yeah.
just sink
You like,
to the
okay.
bottom?
That sounds delicious.
No,
I-
it will never sink to the bottom, Ken.
All right.
I was very afraid that it wasn't going to have that sweetness to it. That it was just going to be like dry oats. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But it does have a sweetness to it. So I think it's absolutely outstanding. And you can let it sit in milk for hours.
That was what I warned Cory about.
I feel like you have to let
like
it sit in
in-
milk.
You pour a bowl of cereal, fill it with milk, put it on the table. Walk away for like a good 5 minutes. Then come back, then try to eat it. Because if you try to eat it right away, it's like putting, Legos in your mouth and trying to chew them up. They need to kind of soften up a little
You're
bit.
making this really appealing to
No,
eat.
but once you do, then it's,
That sounds
it's
great.
totally cool.
Does it come with a?
But because of that, they last in milk. Like you can let them sit in the milk for like 2 hours, and they'll be fine.
Does it come with like a burlap bag to strap around your head while you eat it?
Like a feed bag, like a bag of oats. I wish
Cory,
it did.
did you sample Bob's before you bought it?
No, I didn't. I went right on a limb
Totally
and just
blind.
went in blind and bought the box and
Yeah.
Fair
He
fact.
Rolled
exhibited
the
great
dice.
courage, Ken, by doing so.
He was really excited when he brought it home. He's like, "Look what I got," and I was like,
I was very excited.
"Cool."
It's like the last couple blocks home, I had to push my car, but I was able to get some Crackling Oat brand.
I mean, it is a heavy box.
See, and like I don't like cereal to sit in milk. I want like with Fruity Pebbles. I like when it's crunchy. I don't want it to be all soggy.
Fruity Pebbles, you have to eat in the first minute.
But that's what I'm saying.
I know
With
if I
normal
like it.
cereal like that, you have to eat it in the first, otherwise it's gonna get soggy.
Yeah.
Turns into rice flour.
Yeah. These you don't have that problem. You could take a phone call. You could like Cory did, go take a dump and then come back and finish the bowl of cereal that you started. Totally fine.
It sounds like you might have to.
I'm not gonna lie, that is
It's like swallowing a log.
sure. If you're not as regular as you want to be, Crackling Oat brand's for you.
Well, I'll help you right out.
So Cory, when you were a kid, what was your favorite?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to say most likely honeycomb. Actually,
Okay.
no, disregard. What we
Just
talked about the
pieces
other
of
day,
honeycomb, or-
the Oreo O's.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
So they do make them now still, but like I said, it's not the same recipe as what they used to use.
Cory, didn't you say that you warm your milk up for your cereal?
No, I did not say that because I'd be a disgusting human being if I did that. Although I
It's
will
for the
say,
bottle.
my Judge used to make. He would take Ritz crackers and crumble them up and put them in milk, and then put that in the microwave and eat it.
I'm glad that you said he, because I had that word. I had no idea the gender assignment
Judge,
for that.
Polish for grandpa.
Okay, because you're like my Judge, he, and I'm like, oh, it's a he. Okay.
Yeah. No, and it was I loved it when I was a kid. I'd eat it all the time when I stayed over at their house.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I mean,
Ritz crackers and milk.
Ritz crackers and milk warmed up.
Huh. Interesting.
So I'm not going to be so presumptuous as to think that now Crackling Oat brand is your favorite cereal now, but what's your favorite cereal these days?
Actually, to be honest, Crackling Oat brand is probably the first cereal I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
So
It's unfortunate.
I'm not. I'm glad I took the leap of faith and tried it.
You're not what?
What?
Huh?
You said I said that's unfortunate. You said I'm not. I'm glad I took the leap of faith.
I'm not unfortunate?
Oh, no, you're not unfortunate. I said that's unfortunate.
Oh. Sorry, my mind's racing still. Cameras not working.
All right, taking the pressure off of him.
Yeah.
Nick Bader, favorite cereal when you were a kid.
Oh, God. Peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Okay, and I know you've got cereal up there now.
I do.
All right, so your favorite
My favorite what?
cereal today?
Oh, yeah, still.
And you were
we've
just
done
giving me
this
shit.
You're the fourth person.
I was
Still
too busy
today?
shitting all over everyone else's choice. I had no
true.
idea what you guys are talking about.
So still now peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Peanut butter Captain Crunch and Fruity Pebbles, yeah, are the go-to.
Gotcha. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Cory, if we're gonna jump into booze news, are you ready for that? I know you're reeling from the camera setup and whatnot.
Yeah, we can do booze news.
Yep. And now it's time for booze news.
All right, I got a booze news article for today. So it's 2021 now. We've come out of the nightmare that is 2020. But less than 1 month in, now apparently scientists have discovered that snakes can turn their bodies into lassos to climb things.
Ooh.
So horrifying. Scientists have recently discovered that a new way for them to get to you climbing like a lasso. Researchers from Colorado State University and the University of Cincinnati inadvertently made the discovery while working on the conservation of Micronesian starlings, a native forest bird species threatened by invasive snake predation in Guam. That is a mouthful. As part of a new study, they had installed tall metal cylinders known as baffles on the island to prevent snakes and other predators, like raccoons, from climbing up to their bird boxes that they were studying. But brown tree snake said, fuck that. we're going to find a way up there. So initially it did work, but then after about 4 hours, they saw the snake create a lasso around the cylinder and then just wriggle its body up, using its body as like a kind of, I imagine like you would see like your cable guy climbing the pole, where he'd just throw that rope around and just like tick tick on the side and then work his way up slowly. It really doesn't transfer over audio. But I'm sure you get what I'm talking about.
Do the climbing thing again.
Tick, 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 tick.
Okay. There. See, I think you sold it on the second
You
time.
think so?
Mm-hmm.
The brown tree snake is native to Australia, Papua New Guinea, eastern Indonesia, and several Pacific islands, but it was accidentally introduced to Guam in the late 40s or early 50s. Since then, they have decimated the forest bird populations on the island and caused damage and power outages. That's how bad it got.
Do you just like to research things that are scary or what in your free time? Between that and your killer robots?
I'll tell you what happened.
I was looking up killer robots.
I'll tell you what happened. The last 3 weeks, I have not had a Boozers article. I've come in like totally empty-handed and asked around, and Nick has been, gentlemanly enough to say, no, I got one. So I haven't had to. But this time I'm like, all right, I feel kind of guilty, so I need to start looking stuff up. And while I was looking it up, Nick's like, you got one? And I go, I'm looking one up, so I'll take the heat for this week. So.
I said it like I was from the Bronx, apparently.
You got one of those booze news articles?
Hey, how you doing?
Do you have a booze news? That's all I'm asking. Don't let me take you
One
outside
freaking article.
and let you maybe rough you up a little bit.
Oh, don't make me rough you up, Vinny. So yeah, I took one for the team and got the article. But I do have Killer Robot too.
Okay.
It was just the booze news. I'm like, I probably should contribute.
Yeah.
And Cory, to his credit, has also been like they've been the kind of tag team in the booze news.
Ooh. You like that booze news?
Eiffel Tower and the booze news.
You like that booze news?
Cincinnati bow tie on the booze news.
That's right.
It's always weird because when Cory and I are Eiffel Towering, all of a sudden we go like this and join fingers.
Moving on.
Always maintain eye contact.
No.
Yikes.
It's important. Eye contact is important.
Do you, Cory, you got something for booze?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Not
excellent. All right.
Not this
So-
week.
Ken,
No
booze.
I thought I'd ask just to check.
I have a really quick one.
That's right. I'm sorry. I was looking at him, but I should have been looking at you. Go ahead.
It was just a really quick article on Betty White.
Did you memorize this article?
Yeah, it was a really. I told you it was really quick.
Oh
It was-
my God.
But it was on Betty White.
And we're done now.
Because she turned 99 this week, and they were asking her in an interview about what she ate or whatever that made her live this long. Like, what is her success with being 99? But she said she really enjoys hot dogs as her food of choice. And I guess at her birthday party that they had there on the menu were hot dogs and French fries. Uh-huh. And then she said her alcohol of choice was vodka. But one of her friends kind of called her out and said she doesn't really drink. She'll have a couple sips of a martini or whatever, and then she's done. So she doesn't really drink a lot either.
So what is the secret then?
Hot dogs, apparently.
Dogs? Okay.
And a little bit of vodka every now and then.
And an incredibly huge amount of sex, I will assume, over all those years.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
Betty White and I don't know what's going on here.
Bob gave you 2.
Oh, excellent.
No, because I read
You're welcome.
I actually read something about her the other day because it was her birthday, and I was like, I wonder. I didn't think she was married currently, but the last person she was married to was the host from Password.
Wink Martindale?
No, damn, what was his name? I want to say it was Andy something.
Richter.
Yeah, thank you.
No, no.
No,
No.
Andy Richter's not. No.
Password was from the 1950s.
What a cougar.
Hold on, I gotta look it up. It's gonna bug me.
What a cougar. She bagged Andy Richter?
Shut up.
Wow, you were just
Who paid who on that one?
so happily agreeing with me a
'Cause I
second
thought
ago,
that
and now
was
you tell me to
right.
shut up.
Totally
Shut
threw
up.
me at that point. No, back in the 50s, game show hosts had names like Wink or
No, it was Alan.
Bob.
Alan.
Wink Martindale.
Unfortunately.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Not you, him.
Who was it?
Alan Ludden.
Okay. Heard the name before.
But he was the host of Password, and she met him on a celebrity, or I guess it was celebrities that were on there. Mm-hmm. She met him on there, and they got married, and he ended up passing away in 1981 from cancer. And she never remarried because she said he was the best. So why would you try and replace
Well,
somebody
Betty was
like
the
that?
best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's called Energizer.
Yeah. But I learned, I Googled her so I could learn more about her because I didn't realize, she started acting at a really young age.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any of her own kids. She has 3 stepkids that were his from a previous marriage, and their mom had passed away from cancer.
So is it fair to say that, God forbid, Cory, shuffles off this mortal coil, you're going to be like, well, he was the best. I'm not interested in dating anymore.
I don't know.
No, not committing. Okay.
That's at least while I'm here, you could have said yeah. That's the very least you could have done.
Bob,
But
I'll deal with that when he's dead.
yeah, that's,
Which
We'll
should
cross
be
that bridge.
very.
We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it.
What about you, Ken?
No comment.
No comment? Does that mean she's listening?
Could be.
Oh, fantastic. That's the way to do it,
Ken.
Ken. Drag an audience in with you.
Ken, aren't they always listening?
No.
No.
Try to place an order.
Come on. At least give us, like Cory said, at least while we're here, just lie to us.
Right.
Make us feel better. All right, Cory, how about a little kill a robot?
Jesus Christ. All right.
Okay.
Can-
What?
Clearly, by the look on Ken's face, he's heard the segment intro for Killer Robot before.
He's like, what? All right, let me pull it up. From Digital Trends. Meet the man on a controversial mission to preserve and digitize your brain. Many futurists, Ken, have speculated that. Sorry. We're doing a.
Yeah.
That's why I was kind of like, we're going to kill a robot before we do these shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was too
Oh,
long.
well, tell me that. I thought you were just bitching at me.
I wanna-
No, no.
I like- I see. This is why I don't like glasses. No peripheral vision. Do you see that? No peripheral.
That's how focused I was and trying to make sure that
Laser.
the segment
Laser
that
eyes like
I
a robot.
had content for was ready to go. All right, well, there you go.
Dead laser eyes.
Sorry. So, Killer Robot of the Week, Cory.
Yes. Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No dairy.
All right. So many futurists have speculated that we may one day be able to scan the human brain and upload it to a computer, preserving a copy of yourself that will stick around long after you're gone. Much like we're going to need to do once Cory leaves, because after that, you're going to forget all about him. Clearly.
would never forget
completely.
about him.
Like I was never even here.
No, you're not.
Stop it.
Because we're going to get a Cory real doll made
No, that's creepy.
with all individual beard hair. Oh, you can mold the Cory real doll in any position that you...
That's a Cory. You're talking about a Cory action figure then with posable digits.
Why
No,
is
it's like-
your first pose this?
It's those
Just
those
curious.
those sex dolls that you can just in any position you can.
Why did you go to sex doll?
Wait.
Because those
If-
are the
if
only
you're gonna make a-
life-size dolls you can purchase.
Well, that's not true.
What? Oh, okay. Enlighten me.
I was gonna say apparently-
Mannequins for clothing stores?
No,
Those aren't
that's not.
sex
That's
dolls.
not going to look like Cory.
Well,
Listen,
it will if we
you
make
make a
it look
Cory
like Cory.
doll, it better be sleeping.
Yeah, that's true.
The eyelids will have a button that they can close.
It'd
and
have to
open.
be for like a camping goods store. The mannequin for the sleeping bags.
Or
No.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's exactly what you would look like in that sleeping bag, sir.
We're
I
gonna
do
have
like a good sleeping bag.
See that bearded?
the
bearded
inflatable
man.
raft.
we could get a wax figure made,
That's true.
a Cory wax figure, or we could get him stuffed. He's always been into taxidermy.
Oh, have I?
Not
News to me.
self-taxidermy.
Many a times we'd been in my kitchen and he's oogled at the fish that have festooned the walls of my home.
I'm
And
thinking one day,
Yeah. That's
that'll be me.
just like I love being in your dad's house.
that's right.
Oh, it's so great.
What sort of pose would he be in if he was in your dad's living room?
If we had Cory taxiderminized,
Taxiderminized.
That sounds like a word.
that's a Sam Martin special.
That is very much Sam Martin.
It would just have to be a normal pose, like just there'd have to be a chew in the lip. There'd have to be just a normal stare, the hat on and stuff. Hat and stuff you could probably change, things like that.
Yep. We wouldn't staple it to his head just right away.
No shorts.
Cell phone in hand.
Yeah, there'd be a cell phone in hand. Thanks, Ken, because I was gonna say that honestly. There would have to be
Just a lucky guess.
an Apple Watch, and the thing is that the stuffed Cory would be just as expensive as the Cory right now. So normally he'd be generating income at work to buy all his little gadgets that he wants. But it would be up to you once he passes, unfortunately, sorry, buddy,
Thank you.
to get him the latest, Apple Watch.
No.
Things like Danielle.
No.
My laptop needs to be updated every 2 years.
He would have to have.
No.
So you're telling me that the Apple Watch that he dies with
Is the one he has? Yes.
15 years from now on his taxiderminized self will still be the
Stop saying
I am not
taxidermized.
taxidermizing him. So
stop saying that.
You don't have to do it.
nobody is.
I know some really good taxidermists.
Go on.
I do. I'm just saying
Ken told me he'll do it for $25.
for a price.
I don't think they work on human people.
Well, no, they're not allowed to unless you sign a waiver.
I don't think so.
So once he does go, would it kind of be like you know how after Princess Diana died, like everybody would go to her, so the place.
I think I was 4. I don't know.
But you have heard of her, right? You
Yeah,
know
oh,
she died.
I know Princess Diana. And I
and
know
people
she
go
died.
to the site where she died, and they leave all sorts of
I didn't know that actually.
they leave all sorts
At the
of
accident.
trinkets.
Still?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
She
Well,
was the people's princess.
And Cory's the people's.
Princess as well.
Yeah. But do you think they would leave like Funkos at his grave?
I think so. I hope it's not here though. No offense, Cory, but I don't want.
Oh,
all
in
that
your
stuff.
house?
Yeah, I don't want all that stuff like coming home, and it's raining and there's like some like kind of droopy Funko boxes outside my door because of the rain, and I'm like, oh, I gotta clean this up.
Teary throngs of drenched pedestrians on your
Well,
lawn.
yeah, because I'd have to clean it up, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to throw it away, and I'd become a hoarder.
Don't you have homes?
I'd become a hoarder, and I would drink more, and I'd start crying every time I saw them, and I would surround myself with these Funkos. And be like, where's my friend?
Every time you go, you're like, one side.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to get in my house here.
So
Is Cory in there?
Well, luckily for you, in my will, that's what's left to you is all the Funkos.
it better not be.
What the fuck? Why would you get rid of them if I'm still alive?
Wow.
Oh, but I think what goes around comes around, because earlier you said after he was gone, you might consider dating around again.
Depends on how old I am.
I think.
Wow.
I think you know where that came from then now.
Okay, let me tell you this,
You
Cory.
had a chance to redeem yourself, and you did not.
Cory, let me
start chanting Jerry.
Yeah.
Let me give you a peek through the window of the future. The only reason Danielle's upset about you giving the Funkos to me is because she can't sell them to buy things with her new husband. So
No.
she's not gonna with some new guy that has a new hobby and all this stuff. She's not gonna have 175,000 Funkos in their house.
Why would I sell something that we started together? That seems kind of shitty on my part.
Because this new guy's
I was
gonna be
say,
like,
because apparently
this
the new
is-
guy you're dating
new guy.
this
doesn't
is
like him.
fucking weird. Why? No, you're not having all these in this house.
This isn't like a real thing that's happening, you guys. Y'all need to calm down.
We're preparing you for the worst.
Yeah, it's all hypothetical scenarios.
Cory, let me just tell you something. If this were to happen, do I have permission to take a lock of your beard hair to make a rabbit's foot keychain?
Yeah, you do.
Thanks, buddy. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know.
You could wait and you can't say no.
But that would mean they'd have to shave him prior to.
No, I would just take a little bit, like from the underside.
Would this be before the authorities came? When would you take it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Or at the funeral.
Or while he's clinging to life, hoping that you'll revive him and maybe call the paramedics.
Mr. Bader, you've asked us 7 times. He's still alive. We don't know if he's dying. I just need to know if I can cut his
He
beard.
looks like that all the time.
It could be a weekend at Cory's.
Yeah.
There you go.
He does have really dark sunglasses.
I do.
Well, that's Killer Robot of the Week.
Took a twist.
That was
Creepy
better than the
one.
story I was going to read, so I'm good with that. I'm totally good with that.
Oh, man.
So sorry, did I miss doing a shot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, you did one.
I did one because you'd already done it, but did we invite the audience to do one with us?
No, we didn't.
All right.
So you might as well just.
Well, here,
pour one.
you still have, you drank yours already?
Yeah, because I thought you
Oh.
did too.
Yeah,
I was
I did.
looking over here at an empty glass, looking around, no one else. I'm like, okay.
So Cory, you've only done one now so far.
No, he's done 2.
No, I've done one.
His
This
other
one's still
one's
full.
still
You never did the other one.
Oh, okay.
I was too busy trying to
Alrighty.
fuck with everything. Oh, sweet Jesus.
So Cory,
Yes,
well,
Nick.
I mean, what exactly happened with the whole camera system? Do you know, or was it just a fluke, or what?
I think I had too many things up and running
Okay.
with the apparently streaming something live takes a lot of bandwidth. So streaming our live stream over here on this TV,
Yeah.
I don't think was working so well with having 3 cameras up on the Wi-Fi trying to go as well.
Okay, so is that just through Switcher, or is that like if I were to stream us live, would it be the same?
Be the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Pay the extra $10, Nick.
Oh, I've already upped all the equipment for the podcast recently, and I've already upped my package. Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
bet you have.
Okay.
Just for the podcast, and I was told when I did it that I really need to upload, or I need to focus on the upload speed, not the download speed. And I said, oh, well, I'm glad I'm paying all this money. But Cory, thank God, I didn't have to worry about Dr. Eyebrow over here. Told me, actually, man, it has helped, and it has gotten a little faster. So I said,
It did.
thanks. That's all I want to know.
Why am I getting shade here?
Because
Remember that?
IT man.
Because you told me how it was. I mean, you were very honest, and you said,
Yeah. Did I steer you wrong?
no,
Oh, okay.
not at all.
Well, you're putting your hand on my face. I thought you're implying
Because it's like going to a doctor and him being like, you really shouldn't be smoking. You're like, I know that, and I know I came to see you for your advice, but I don't want to hear that.
So you're just gonna. I'll give credit to Cory.
No, because you were the professional that told me what I needed to hear,
Okay.
and Cory told me what I wanted to hear. Yeah, man,
Oh,
it's a
that's
lot.
fine. Okay.
It's a lot faster.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, in all actuality, too, we don't really need. I mean, if you're going to have the comments up, we have Todd now with overseeing the comments.
Yeah.
There's really nothing. We don't need to have ourselves up on the screen for us to watch.
Yeah.
No, with the delay and everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make a difference anyway.
I mean, like if we had a remote guest on, obviously I'd like to bring them up, up there so you guys could at least see, even though there's a delay, you can still see them and kind of interact with them. But when everyone's all here, that we really don't need that. So, like I said, we got two people over looking over the comments and paying attention to that. So, hopefully, we should be good for the remainder of the episode. Fingers crossed.
All right, Cory. You're going to have to finish that one now, even though that was the first one poured.
Oh, boy. All right. Bob. Oh, Nick.
So if you're listening and you have some sort of libation.
And you're feeling glad that the week is over.
Feeling libacious.
That's the number of words that are not words that we've said tonight. It's offending my eardrums. Things are looking up now that you're listening to the Schnozzcast, and you're wondering, when are these dudes going to invite me to do a shot with them? Well, now is the time.
So if you're listening to the audio-only version,
some call the executive
the premium executive version, or the Diamond Alliance, you can pause us right now and come back to do a shot. And we're back. Let's do a shot.
The Sapphire Jubilee version. Ken's like, I don't know why I came over here.
Right.
To do a shot.
That's right. Or several.
It would have been kind of funny if he did his shot and said, okay, see you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
I'm out.
I'm cut off, Nick.
I was told kayaking was going to get brought up tonight, and I'm really upset that it has not yet.
Cory, what do you say? A little Friends trivia?
Oh, we can do that. I do have to.
Since we did that.
You moved the boxes on me.
I actually don't think that's what it's called, Bob, but
What's that? Could it be any more trivial?
that's what it's called. There you go. Don't need copyright infringement.
So, Ken, are you familiar with this segment?
Can't say I am.
All right. So this is a segment in which our eminent Friends historian, Nick Bader, is going to get quizzed like a motherfucker from Cory on various levels.
Battle of the minds.
Well, it's Nick's mind against the cards. So you can call it what you want.
A time when my eminence was merely imminent.
Wow.
Ready?
I just showed up for Danielle's word of the day.
But
We don't do that anymore.
doesn't happen anymore.
I know. I was hurt.
Ken,
I'm sorry.
are you hurt and disappointed?
Very.
Do you want to flee?
Oh,
The premises
no.
immediately?
I was going to start a petition to get it back.
If you get enough,
You absolutely can.
if you get 7 people to sign it, we'll put it back on here.
If you get 7 people to look at it, I'd be very, very happy.
Cory, that's actually correct. The color that I rolled is red.
Red, okay.
Now, let's see. You've had red twice in the last couple months, 4 out of 5 and 3 out of 5.
Wow.
Only one perfect score since we started doing this.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate that. So people don't know that could it be any more trivial? I like Friends, the show, and Cory thought it was great to go out and see how much I liked Friends and buy a Friends trivia game to quiz me. And sometimes I do good, and sometimes I do less than good.
That is technically accurate.
You've never been shut out, though, yet.
That is true. Never
So
been
no-
shut out.
Wow, thanks,
good.
man.
One perfect score.
Hey, trying to help.
Yep. Really
All right.
give me
That's
some
a pretty good accomplishment.
really give me some bad Mungumbo here.
We're
Well,
going to have you play against call-in, people that call in.
Ooh, that would be good. As long as it's not Danielle Kearns that calls in.
yeah, good luck with that. So, question 1,
Yeah.
and this is a softball for you. Which friend once got their head stuck in a raw turkey?
Joey. Isn't red the one you get really angry because you're like, these are way too easy?
They are way too easy. Question 2. Name the 3 friends who went on a ride-along with a policeman.
The 3 friends were Chandler, Joey, and Ross.
Correct. Question 3. Which friend donated $200 to the PBS telethon?
Phoebe.
Fucking red.
But hold on. The only perfect score he's got was not on red. He's never got a perfect. So
Thank you, Bob.
There's going to be one that trips him up.
Question 4.
Is it question 4?
Which one of the friends didn't want to take part in the lottery pool for the $300 million?
Ross.
I think I showed you that one.
Looks
on
like it's going to
accident.
be question 5.
Yeah, because I can read text at a size 9 font from.
I can't even read my laptop from here.
Honestly.
And question 5. Which friend let it slip that Ross was having a son?
Ooh.
Are you feeling the pressure?
Regis, can I use a lifeline?
Ooh, this is actually tricky. I'm not sure I know this one. Hold on.
No.
The
Now
friend.
he's just rubbing it in.
No, I swear to God, I'm not. The friend that Ross is having a son. Fuck me.
Well,
Rachel.
He was just fucking around.
yeah, I knew it.
I swear to God, it was between Rachel and Monica. But it had to be Rachel because, yeah, it just made more sense. But I swear to God, I had no clue.
Well, there you go.
Is there any point to doing this segment anymore?
Yeah, if he only rolls blue.
Wow.
Actually, as I did come across another friend's trivia game today that I was going to purchase, but we still have a shit ton of cards here.
Well, that's
yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
but I wonder if the questions are harder.
Okay, and I want to bring something up, and it can be on the podcast, that I think we need to do more things like this, whether it be on the podcast or off, in regards to the game Bob bought,
Yeah, we still have
cards
Bob's game over here.
the Cards Against Humanity, the playing cards that Gina got us. I think we need to do more things like that.
The playing cards that Gina got us were just like a normal deck, though, right?
Sure, but I mean, things involving like games, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally willing to let's explore what we can do with a regular deck of cards on a podcast that's an audio podcast. It's probably something.
Suck and blow.
The good thing with a podcast is that it's recorded. So if Dr. Eyebrow wants to rewind about 48 seconds and hear me say, whether it be on the podcast or off, we need to play more games.
So now you're just making more work for me.
Okay, Bob, we can play Canasta.
No, I think it's a good idea. The game that I bought,
Bring over your mahjong tiles.
I have no idea how long that would take to play around to that. I have no idea.
Maybe one of these days we should look into that.
Yeah, maybe. But it might be one of those things where like we don't do pick of the week. We only do like maybe booze news, and that's all we do for that first.
So
First hour.
let's propose, since he did that and purchased that, let's propose a dry run. One of the nights, instead of doing a Zoom call, if you guys want to come over during the week, and we'll do a dry run, see how it goes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. You up for that, Ken?
I think you should involve the watchers on Facebook.
We could do that as well.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea.
A Facebook Live that is not a podcast.
Right.
Yeah, we could definitely
A
always live
special
stream it.
Schnozzcast event.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. I like where your head's at, Ken.
Ken, are you interested in being in a podcast?
Okay. Cory, did
Bob.
you have a Funko This for this week?
I do, believe it or not.
I do believe it. I would have been surprised to hear otherwise.
I didn't think you were going to be too shocked.
No. And I normally would have asked you before now, but you seemed a little rattled from the camera events.
Yeah, well, it happens.
All right, so, okay.
This week's Funko This.
Oh, another office.
Yes. We have...
Oh, the Chili Kevin.
He
He's screaming.
was excited.
Get pretty excited about The Office.
But as we were talking last week with the special characters in the Funko figurines,
Yes.
this is one of those that I was referring to, was Kevin with the pot of chili.
Okay. Now, is this a recent purchase?
No, this is... when did we get this?
We got him a while back.
This is, I guess, for those Funko heads who are listening far in the future when Funko is the currency of the United States. This is number 874, Kevin Malone.
God help us all.
I feel like did we get him? Did I order him? No.
I bought him.
From where?
Was it an unauthorized Funko purchase, Cory?
No,
Did you take it out of the Funko
Kitty?
account
we don't have a Funko account.
with a Funko card? We get points if we buy Funkos on the Funko card.
I can't remember where I got him from.
No, I get points because I'm the one with all the rewards because he doesn't have any.
God bless you, Danielle, because he doesn't have the managing skills for something like that. He really doesn't.
Any store we go to, they're like, "Are you a rewards member?" And he's like, he looks at me. I'm like, "Yes, we are. Get the points, get the free stuff."
Cory, you're supposed to go, no, but I'd like to be.
No,
So-
he's always like, "No, thank you."
Cory, oh, I'm sorry. Do your Funko, and then I want to have a Funko question to ask you after that.
Okay.
No, it's all.
Oh, that was the, that
all
was
I
the
got
whole
for you.
thing.
That's
That's the whole thing.
This
That's
is
it.
the Kevin Malone chili Funko. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, and as
Yeah,
we
so-
heard last week from Cory, they are on what is going to turn out to be a never-ending quest to buy all of the Office Funkos.
Yes.
Speaking of which, is there a never-ending story Funko?
This is it. We're in the middle of it. We're living it right now.
God, you couldn't be more right.
What's your question? Your Funko question.
My question was, if you had to, both of you, this is a question for both of you. If you had to name the most important, and it can't be the fucking same. If you had to name,
You know it's going to be.
no, God, that is my favorite too. Yeah, that was both of your voice, but
Oh, you melded them together?
yeah.
Well done. I want to hear that again.
you would- can't. It's just a tease.
All right.
What would be your absolute most favorite? Like someone came in and said, like, kind of like a hoarder situation, and they're like, "Hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so, so-and-so. You have way too many of these in your home.
It's Dr. Robert Funko.
Yep. You're on camera. You're on A&E right now. We have to let these go."
Let's say let's say the house is on fire.
Yeah.
And Cory's already grabbed the dogs and his laptop. And so it's up to you, and you're like, I need to grab our most
Why do you
important
assume
Funko.
he's grabbing the dogs?
Okay,
Because you were in the bathroom, and he's like, oh, smoke fire. I got the dogs. I'll meet you outside.
Wait, hold on. We were on hoarders a second ago.
No, our house is on
I
fire.
felt like I
Sorry, is
needed
this your question?
I felt like I needed to spice it up a little bit. That's all.
Okay, so we're on hoarders. The house is on fire. They're trying to take everything out of the house, but they can't because the house is on fire, and you can only grab one Funko each. You're at one end of the house. Cory's at the other. But
I already got mine.
any Funko you can think of is within reach.
What one are you grabbing?
No,
pressure's
no.
on Danielle.
Nobody said I had to go first.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
He's literally asking you.
Now
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
No, he was directly addressed.
Yeah, I am because you're easily you bend a little bit more than he does.
I will tell you.
No, you won't.
I'm not. It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with her answer. She would probably rather get a bigger laugh out of me crying over watching this burn than actually grabbing it herself.
Watching what? The house burn?
Ooh, that,
No, the
that-
Funko.
Funko?
Oh, the Funko?
What
I
the
have
Funko are you talking about?
I don't know which Funko he's talking about. That. Oh, I do too. You're so dumb. I would not save that one.
Okay,
I'm like,
Danielle.
Oh, okay.
melt.
That's a separate question. Least favorite. Okay.
I already
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so which one are you grabbing?
I don't know if I have like a favorite.
You can only
though.
grab one.
Yeah, but I could weasel
The
out
flames
more
are
than
coming.
one.
House is burning.
I mean, we know
Gotta
that
get out.
we know that there's one or maybe two, a favorite of each, that sit in the bedroom and watch you guys sleep.
There's none in our bedroom.
Sleep is in quotes there.
Maybe they are rotated.
No, because I like all of my office ones.
Okay,
The
so
one in the
you can
bathroom.
only grab one.
But
Well,
I
grab
can
one.
because there's a drawer that I can just pull out and shove them all in.
No,
No,
that's not
enough
no.
time.
Yeah,
The
there's
drawer
plenty
is
of
jammed.
time.
The
The
drawer
rule
is
is
jammed.
one.
It's a cloth drawer.
The
It
cloth
doesn't
drawer has
drape.
ripped and it's stuck.
Jam.
It's caught on something.
So this is what happened.
I don't
They
have
all
one.
because of the flames. There was a flashover with the fire.
yeah.
The fire came across the ceiling in the kitchen, and the amount of force that it caused knocked everything off the walls. Okay, the dresser that you're able to put things into, and every vessel you could possibly put Funkos in, have fallen into the kitchen and burst into flames.
I'm really sad that people can't see you acting out on an audio podcast.
All of the Funkos are in the living room on the ground, ready, just slowly, almost ready at that point where they're getting ready to melt, but they haven't started yet because they haven't reached temperature. And you can grab one that you see. They're all in front of you. Which one are you grabbing?
I guess probably my Dwight with the unicorn.
There it is.
That's all we were wondering.
Wow, that took forever.
Because
Corey,
I like
Ronda
all of
Rousey,
them.
that's all we need to talk about, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope. I would grab my Big Lebowski.
Oh,
Oh.
he's
Suck
actually
it.
worth money.
Corey or the Big Lebowski?
The Big Lebowski.
Well,
Rhonda can melt in there.
you could have said both.
Oh, that's true.
Again,
Like that,
yeah. 0 for 2 tonight.
No, he's not worth anything.
As a matter of fact, she would grab the Lebowski Funko and leave me in the fire.
I would never
Oh
leave you in
my
a fire.
God. Corey, but here's the question is that I know you're not grabbing the Big Lebowski because it's worth so much money. It's more of a sentimental thing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like your child.
Basically, at this point, yes.
Corey, if you got to take your glasses off.
Yeah, you're supposed to say dogs. You've got other living creatures in the house.
But you already said they're out of the
sister.
I
house.
was saying, we already saved them.
They're
already
already
taken
taken care
that's
of.
right. You got off the hook there. Hey, I want to include Ken in this. So, Ken, if House on Fire, all living creatures are out of it, what's the one thing you're grabbing? That bass guitar you got signed by Jimi Hendrix before he passed away?
Yes, that will be it.
Okay.
I think I'd grab a TV.
A TV. Ken.
Do you have like a 70-inch TV with
65.
65? That's your prized possession?
Sony.
Okay, not the mountain bike you were talking about?
That's already in the garage.
But the garage is also on fire. It's an attached garage.
The bike then.
So it'd be the bike.
Okay,
The
okay,
bike.
good.
Definitely the bike.
All right.
I'm cracked out on the bike.
We have to remember to ask Todd this question when he gets on the phone. You guys have never been over to Todd's house. When he lived in Michigan, he was in Milford. His house, every single room in his house had a TV in it. He had at least 15, 16 televisions.
I'm going to hide on that one.
Bob's making some crazy motion with his hand, and Nick's
16 televisions.
Yeah. It's a crazy amount of televisions. He had a very he had a doormat of an ABC warehouse sales rep that he dealt with a lot.
Oh my God!
He gave him all sorts of crazy deals.
Kind of like how you guys stopped the family policy at Best Buy.
Best Buy,
yeah.
absolutely, yeah. So I could. That's another guy who I could see grabbing a TV.
I have 5 now.
TVs.
Yeah.
That's a respectably male amount of TVs to have.
1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Shower.
400 by 500 apartment.
Drew and Mike were talking about how Trudy Daniels was on, and her son Zuvs, who's probably like in his late 20s or something like that, but he's like really weird about technology. This one episode, they rarely talk about him. He's kind of like the Cory but he's the Cory in the background that like just does all the video work and everything like that. So they were talking about him for a little while, and so it's Trudy's son, to my understanding. And she said that apparently he's really weird about TVs, and he goes on Craigslist and he goes like on different places that are like giving away or selling TVs, like, and he will pick up these like flat screen TVs just so they have TVs in every room of the house. He also has like a bunch of phones, which she's describing him, and it just sounded
Cell phones?
Yeah, sounded like Cory. And Trudy's like laughing, and Drew's like, wait a second. So I don't understand. What does he do with all these phones? And she's like, well, he's got his bathroom phone and his one phone. He's like, whoa. His bathroom phone? What does his bathroom phone do that his regular phone can't do? And she's like, well, nothing. It's he uses that phone when he's in the bathroom. He's like, well, what does he do in the bathroom that he needs this extra phone? And she's like, nothing. He just it's like a phone to play games on and stuff. And he's like, okay, so these games don't work on his normal phone and he uses on his bathroom. She's like, no, I'm pretty sure the games would work on his normal phone. It's just, it's gross. It's his bathroom phone. That's where he keeps it. It won't dirty it up. And he's like, okay, I don't know. I don't understand this. So she's going through all like the rooms in her house, and she doesn't have this big house. But I don't know if you guys have ever had friends like this that like are just like that kind of family where they like name certain things like, oh, that's the
rumpus room?
Yeah, that's the rumpus room. That's our rumpus room, So Trudy said, well, and then, there's a TV in the aquarium room. And Drew's like, whoa, hold on for a second. The aquarium room? She's like, yeah, that's where we keep the fish tank. And he's like, so let me get this straight. You have a TV and all the wires and everything like that ran in the aquarium room. So what instance do you like to watch TV while you're watching the fish? And she's like,
or is it for the fish?
She's like, no.
I think it's for the fish.
She's like, no.
It must be.
If we have guests over or something, she's like, Drew, we used to be on, we used to be on at like 6 a.m. So I'd have to get up at like 3:30. So I would have people over, and if they watch TV, like, in the one room that had a TV, she's like, I couldn't fall asleep. He's like, so what you're saying is you would send your guests to the aquarium room so they can watch television because you had to be up early. And she's like, oh, yeah, exactly. He's like,
that makes sense.
Have you ever watched TV in the aquarium? Like, is it something where you take a call and you're like, oh, my God, thank God I have a TV in this aquarium room because I don't want to miss this Bachelor episode. And I just walked out of the room to take this phone call. She's like, no, I've never watched it. It's just Zoobs. He's really big on used TVs and having one in every fucking room of the house.
Wow.
So it kind of made me think of you.
Thanks, I guess.
It's not a slam.
That's a great capper to that story.
Yeah, it's not a slam.
Think of you, Cory.
I could see Cory being like that, just very like, oh, I got one in the bathroom. Let's put one in the basement. These are free. I can put one here and here.
We only have 4 TVs.
4?
Yeah, we do. Technically 5 with the one that's going to live forever in the basement.
Probably, yeah.
Even your man cave.
No,
He doesn't have a man cave.
It's getting moved somewhere that no one can see, and it's going to stay there forever.
That needs to be your man cave.
He hasn't
We've
got
already had this
permission for
discussion.
that yet.
There's already a TV downstairs.
Yeah,
There's 2
the
TVs
basement
downstairs.
needs to be the man cave.
So, Bob.
Yeah.
How many TVs in your house?
And
your kids really don't count if it was just you.
5.
Not including your kids' TVs.
Yeah, my kids don't have TVs in the rooms.
What? So you have 5 TVs, your kids don't have any in the room?
Jack's got 2 monitors, so I don't call those TVs.
Yeah.
He really doesn't watch TV at all.
So what, kitchen?
My office, living room, basement, my bedroom, and the spare bedroom, which was supposed to be Jack's TV, but once I found out he wasn't watching, I'm like, well, that's a waste, so it's a spare.
I'm going to go put it in the spare bedroom.
It was a Christmas present.
Since Joe of Christmas
he never used
2009.
it, just sat there, and he's like, Dad, can you do some of this? Because I need the space for like my laptop and my PlayStation. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Todd did say I have 4 in my bonus room now.
In his bonus. Okay.
Hold on.
It gets better.
70, 55, 55, and 50. Todd says I have 17 TVs now.
Yep.
Only 17.
Guys, we're going to have to talk about Todd as being our front man.
Well, so when he moved out to the West Coast, he had to have an entire moving van dedicated just for the TVs.
Jesus.
That made it out there.
First world problems, Todd.
But the great news is that each one of them is valuable to a degree because he worked his ass off to get the best deal that he could get. Like whatever TV it is, whatever size it is, whatever brand it is, you could not have gotten a better TV than that unless you stole it.
Worked that ABC warehouse guy right down to the bone.
Yes, he did.
Ken, TVs.
5.
5?
5.
Okay. What are the rooms?
Yeah.
Basement. My room.
Period.
Spare bedroom. My son's room.
Okay.
That's not
I
5.
think that was 3.
Basement.
No,
Basement,
technically you did just ask him
living room.
rooms. He didn't.
Living room, too.
You didn't say how many per room.
Oh, that's true.
I was going to put a second one in the basement
Yeah.
so I can watch sports while I'm playing Xbox.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A lot of people do that. A lot of man caves have that. Joe's got 2 right?
Yes.
Cory, how many, and this question for you, Ken, as well, how many TVs are your TV? Like, no one else is watching it. This is the one I use.
2.
2 of them, Cory? Is there any Cory TV in the house? Like one right by your little office that you do all the podcasting on. Like,
No,
there's no way she would sit down.
That's the next project.
So small TV right there.
Yeah, but well,
0.
I'd say the one I use. I'm the only one that uses the one in the bedroom.
I've used it.
I guess
Once.
I used it all the time before you lived there.
Boy, there was life before he got there?
Yeah.
What?
Well, we know there's going to be life after he's gone.
Maybe 6 other 6 other guys before I got there, and
There were no
Another
other
12
guys
when I leave
before
this
you
earth.
got there.
So Cory, just think of the trifecta. I mean, effect. You know,
Of- of all those guys being able to use my TVs.
no,
Yeah, they don't call that a trifecta. There's another word for that.
yeah, it's a menage. But you would have the elevated laptop, the laptop,
Oh, yeah.
and your gentleman's agreement playing right in your face.
Where are you gonna put a
Bow, chicka, bow.
TV at in that
Brown
corner?
chicken, brown cow.
I have an idea.
Yeah, and
He's not sharing that with you.
it's got to go through me.
Ooh.
All right.
It's gonna go right through you.
Wow. The steam
Did you get the answer you're looking for?
is blowing the whistle on the kettle tonight at the Schnozzcast.
Not just gonna hang shit on the wall.
But that is CC.
No.
That is CCC, actually. 3 C's. Trifecta. Cory Selesky's corner.
No.
I thought you said that was his corner.
You can't hang stuff on the wall.
Ooh.
Wait, there's
I
a
have.
Big Lebowski thing on the
He
wall.
can't hang a TV on the wall.
Oh, okay. Should clarify.
So it's really not Cory's corner.
Why do you need a TV in the corner? You can see the TV in the living room.
oh, hold on a second.
That was the whole point
If
of the corner.
As a man, just for a second, if I could just defend. So every guy needs a man cave. Am I right, Ken?
Correct.
If you're not giving him a man cave, you got to give the guy at least a corner of a room.
Absolutely.
There doesn't need to be a TV in there. He's got 2 screens already.
Those are screens. Those aren't TVs.
3 is better than 2.
Well said, Ken.
Okay, Ken, you've had to sell this before. I could tell.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
All right, you ready to take a brief hiatus here, sir?
Yeah, I think we're a little past that time.
Yeah, we are. All right.
Also, Lori wanted to point out that she has 1 TV in her home.
Yes, she does.
True story.
And that's all I'll say about that.
So the messages, the way they went in normal succession was 7 TVs now in my home. Lori says 1 TV in my home.
But it's, not everybody's got a TV habit like the rest of us. Some people actually read books.
All right.
Yeah, see, I could smell the judgment from across the room.
We all can't be money like TD.
That is true. All right, so please stick with us. We're going to take a break for 15 minutes, and we'll come back with more of Schnozzcast.
Well, strap me to a pig and roll me in the mud. If you're still listening to the Schnozzcast, you big Egypts, then you're already ahead of the game. Me boys Nick, Cory and Bob are probably still pouring their pints, but we'll be back very shortly. As me old daddy-o, me old lad used to remark, here's to cheating, stealing, fighting and drinking. If you cheat, may you cheat death. If you steal, may you steal a woman's heart. And if you fight, may you fight for a brother. And if you drink, may you drink with me. Slaughter.
the second half of episode 109 for Schnozzcast. We're going to try to jump into a gentleman's agreement here, but before we do that, we're going to try to get Mr. Todd Dillon on the phone, and he'll do a shot with us, and talk about some flicks. Your phone's louder than mine.
Nick,
What's up, brother?
just you, man. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Todd, thanks for joining us again on the Schnozzcast and letting us know about all your fantastic TVs.
Todd, you know that was what I think every time I walked into your house when you were in Michigan, it was, all right, so what new TV did you get? And you're like, oh, follow me. I'll show you. There's always a new one.
Well, you know me. I can't resist a bargain, and the cool thing, you actually touched on it very briefly, though, Bob. I actually do like I like getting them for a huge price break. So I've always just kind of delighted in how good a deal I can get on TV, and that's really how I end up with so many. I mean, ultimately, I walk into Best Buy and I'm like, see the nicest TV that I on the floor, and I'm like, hey, how much for that? And they're like, oh, the price is right there. I'm like, well, what if I buy 3? and then all of a sudden you now know the rock bottom deal for them to make any money. And so I do that with most everything. I was just telling somebody a story about this. Every time I go to buy or lease a car, I go and I try and strike the best deal that I can. And I know going in that they're not going to mention until after they print up that huge long sheet for the deal. I always wait for that, and then I go, hey, what about the tire replacement and the brakes? How do I get and the extra wax coat and all that good stuff? And they're like, oh, no, that's extra. Well, I'd hate to walk away from this long sheet of paper. It's all about driving the deal. That's why I have so many TVs.
Which TV is your favorite?
I think actually the one I'm sitting in front of right now is
That's probably the newest one.
It is actually not the newest one, but I have a really, really nice the LG OLED, the 70-inch.
Wow. Where's that, at the bathroom?
It's beautiful.
Is that
No, I saw the horse earlier. I saw the man about the horse earlier. I'm in the living room.
Excellent. Yeah, there was that, I can't remember the guy's name, but the salesman at ABC Warehouse that you would walk in the door and he'd always be like, oh shit, here we go. Hey Todd, how are you?
Well, I was gonna say I met that guy when Mary and I bought our first house, and so we're in ABC Warehouse to buy like a stove, a refrigerator, and all this other stuff. And someone had told me that you could haggle in there, so I literally got into this because I thought it was a joke. So we get there and we're like, oh, we need a refrigerator and a stove because this house has nothing in it. We need a washer and a dryer and so the sales guys, you could see him like lighting up. Anything you need, and I have a 5-year warranty for you. And so I'm like, and so after we had like maybe $10,000 worth of stuff, and the guy's like, and he goes, and would you like? And the 5-year warranty is another like $500, and he's like, this can be yours. And I'm like, oh, well, wait a minute, my buddy says you guys can cut into that a little bit. And so the guy's like, well, you saw the prices when we picked this up. I'm like, no, I don't want to pay that. I want to pay. And I'm like, just for giggles, I'm like, I'll pay $1,000 less. And the guy's like, okay, and we'll turn in some pasta bowls. We'll give you some pasta bowls too. And I'm like, no shit. So from that day on, I've been hooked on haggling for the deal. And so I do, and most, literally other than groceries and doctor visits, if it costs money, I'm seeing if I can pay less for it.
How about at the
I'll take
store?
How about 2 fingers on that prostate exam? I'll take 2 fingers. Done.
Todd, what are you drinking over there?
I got myself a Bat Squatch Hazy IPA.
Ooh.
You got anything to do a shot with us?
I do.
All right, what do you got?
I got myself a Jack Daniel's regular.
All right.
Wow, you and Ken are birds of the same
Good choice, sir.
birds of the same feather, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ken, I told you, Ken's the real talent.
That's been clear.
I appreciate you.
From the minute he walked in, that's been clear. All right, so we're going to do it now, Todd.
Raise them up Here's to you. Here's to me. Here's to that. We don't disagree, but if we do, fuck you. Here's to me. All right.
That is not as good as I thought.
Yeah, Todd, you've got those silver spoon taste buds, so you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go with something like at least a single barrel.
I think maybe it's spoiled.
Yeah, you think so?
I think that, or somebody poured gasoline in the bottle.
Is Mary swapping out your Jack for some gasoline?
Exactly. She's trying to frickin' she's only pushing me forward. She's got it backwards.
Take notes here, Danielle. That's how you get rid of your man. Take his booze, swap it out for gasoline.
Oh, okay.
If it burns when you pee, be careful because you might have uromycetitis poisoning.
Uromycetitis.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so for gentleman's agreement, if you want to throw the graphic up there, Cory, or
do something.
Oh yeah, sorry, because I've been doing nothing.
Let's.
Hey, look at the artwork. I just noticed that. Me and Jackson.
That's right.
That's awesome. Good job, Cory. I've never seen that either.
Yeah,
Jackson.
Had Todd send me some pictures that he would like on. I told him I wouldn't be able to put him up on the screen when we're talking with him. So
yeah.
I just assumed it was Ray Charles. I had no idea who that was. So.
Wow.
I thought my head was bigger than him.
You couldn't have said Denzel? Come on, man.
Thought it was some sort of throwback Diet Pepsi commercial.
All right, Todd, we've had some good luck in starting with you, so can we do that one more time?
Sure.
All right, so what'd you have to watch?
You Waking Life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Off to a great start.
Yeah. I think if I was back in my Pink Floyd acid days, best movie ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Because it made you think. It was very, what's the word for, like, accommodation? Like
accommodation?
Accommodation. Somebody super educated.
Right.
That's the word I was using.
Okay.
Yeah, not come out by a vowel.
And but it was just
30-second synopsis of the plot.
I can't even really give you the plot. It's like it jumps from scene to scene, and they talk about like whether like are we awake or are we sleeping? Is this all real or not? Have we been around for 100 years or 100 billion years? And it just jumped all over the place, and it was music, and it was art, and the wavy. Like I'm like, if I could drop acid, this would be the greatest movie ever.
Sounds like the last porn I watched.
So next time somebody's got a nice safe dose of Sid, I'll watch that movie again, and I'm sure it'll be awesome.
Yeah, so real quick, just for the backdrop of why I assigned that to you, I thought that they made it using this technique called rotoscoping, where they film the actors doing the scene and then they animate over the top of it.
Yep.
Super cool. I'd never seen it before, but I watched that movie when I was on a trip. I want to say...
Oh, I bet you did.
I want to say I was out working for you out in Mass and was staying at a hotel.
What drug was it?
I don't think I'd had anything.
You said you were on a trip.
I was on a work trip.
Out
working for Todd, and I was staying in a hotel in Mass, and I had rented it on my laptop, and so I was just laying in the bed, and I had my headphones on, plugged into the laptop, and I was watching the movie. And this is really only for Todd because he's seen it now, but at some point during the middle of the movie, I fell asleep and started dreaming about the movie, and then I woke up and I didn't know where I was, and I was watching the movie again, and I didn't know how much I had missed, or whether I had dreamed. I'm like, this all seems really familiar to me, and it kind of fucked me up for a few days.
Wow.
It's that movie. I love it.
Yes.
Maybe I'll watch it again tonight.
All right, let's move over to Nick Bader.
By the way, who fucking gave me this? You?
What?
Yeah, Cory did.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Fuck, that's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, what? Oh,
I watched the entire. I watched all the episodes.
You're not a fan?
I'm sure you did. Do you love it?
I think I've only seen bits and pieces of a single episode.
Okay, so let me explain this to you. So, Fuck That Delicious follows around this group of rappers that go around the country.
Really, one's only a rapper.
Well, it's a giant posse of
4 guys
of rappers that I know nothing about. And apparently they're super famous. I have no clue who they are. And what is the main guy's name?
Action Bronson.
Okay. So
He actually reminds me of Ken a lot.
of Ken?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm famous like that.
You're nationwide, Ken.
Yes, I am.
So they follow these, and I could see the correlation, Corey, because Fuck That's Delicious. It's basically like you're on tour with them, and then they pepper in them going to really good restaurants. But it's a little too ghetto fabulous for me.
I just like to hear you say ghetto fabulous.
I mean, him walking up to like these world-renowned chefs and being like, "Yo, dog, yeah, that's awesome. You put that spice in there. You do that," and it's like, it kind of takes away from like the Gordon Ramsay shows I normally watch.
You clearly didn't watch enough of it because he's actually a world-renowned chef himself.
Well, he apparently I watched the appropriate amount that I was supposed to, which was 2 hours worth, which was just like an ice pick in my back. The food part was good, but I'm also not a waitist, but no one in the show is of any normal BMI. I mean,
they're big dudes.
They're sweating. They're talking about their ass sweat while they eat. There's
that
a
wasn't
lot of
the part that reminded me of you. Ken,
there are a lot. There are
Thanks, Cory. Thanks.
a lot
Jesus
of
Christ.
a lot of things that when I'm eating, I don't want to hear about a larger group of men's ass sweat. That's just not something that really strikes me.
I thought they were fucking hilarious.
I mean,
it took a couple episodes because I was like, oh, these fucking idiots. But after 2 episodes, I was like, okay, I can get along with this.
Yeah, I was into because they're like, dude, I was actually blown away because an episode ended and I felt like it took an eternity, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, this is great. This is amazing. It's done. I can give my review. And then I looked it up online, and the episodes were 25 minutes long.
I have to watch 3 more.
I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, my God. I'm like, I could just stop. You can stop, Nick. You really can just stop watching it and just say you couldn't go any further. And then I hear Dr. Eyebrow in my fucking subconscious going, you have to.
Why am I Dr. Eyebrow?
All the time today.
I don't know.
You have to at least give it a chance. Don't puss out. And I'm like, fuck you, Bob Rankin. And then I sat back down and watched the rest of it. So.
Sounds like you were never so happy to see the words, the end.
Yeah. And there were never words, the end, because it goes on for seasons and seasons, which I have no idea how. But like, I would say 90% of the show is, signing autographs at some basketball court in Atlanta and talking about how they love food and food's great and their ass is sweating. And then like 10%.
I feel like your mind was a little swayed on that.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah. And there's a lot more food in it than what you
and
think.
10% is like, yo, dog, this is amazing. Isn't this smoked food amazing? And then they like eat the food, and then it's like, we're back on the bus again. And he even self-proclaimingly said
his ass is sweating.
He did say that as well. But he was on the bus and he was like, man, I got to get away from this. I've been on a bus for 18 hours with 5 dudes, and this is just disgusting. All I smell is ass and BO. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what a great food show. This is such a great food show.
At least you know he watched it.
Oh, he did.
Did you ever take a Greyhound?
He did. But in their defense, I'll say that they went to some awesome places, and they had some awesome food, and they seemingly surface from the surface, they seem like really nice guys, except for the one guy that has too many felonies and can't leave the country.
Okay, now I know you watch.
It happens.
Yep. He seemed like a jackass. I did not like him.
You know, as a matter of fact, I actually tried researching him a little bit because every restaurant they go to in the entire series, he only like went into one.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, everybody love me. Everybody think I'm great. Oh, Italian stallion, this, that, and the other, and or Puerto Rican or wherever he is." And he's like, "Oh yeah, the guys are off. They in London right now." And but I can't, I can't go there because I got 2 felonies. And then he's like, then the next one is like, they're like, "Oh man, this is so amazing. We went to Toronto, and there's amazing food." And they're like showing all this, and they go back to the body, who's like,
won't let me go.
Still in the Bronx.
Who's getting wasted in the Bronx, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, that's how we do it in the streets, and the Puerto Rican Day parade, and da da da." And he's like, "Yeah, the guy's in Toronto, but I can't go to Canada."
Due to his outstanding record, he doesn't have a passport and isn't allowed to travel, so he only stays in the Bronx.
It happens.
And then this might have been a way later episode, but they actually went to this real nice restaurant to eat, and like they finished everything. And they were getting ready to walk out. Like they concluded the episode, and he came walking in, and they're like, "Man, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm here to eat." They're like, "Yeah, no, the episode's over, man." Like, "Where have you been?" He's like, "Oh, I was outside." And he was only standing outside the entire episode, apparently not realizing they were filming inside.
All he does is like lick his own ass, like the entire episode. He's like, I'm amazing. I'm this. I'm that. People want to be me. People want to, little kids want to be me. And he was like walking down to like the docks, and all these yachts are like pulling in, and this girl and like her husband were like pulling up on a yacht. And he's like, yo, okay, how you doing? And he's like, he's got this whole camera crew, and he's like, "Oh, you want to be on camera?" And she like looked at him, like rolled her eyes and turned the other way. And he's like, sometime it works, sometime it don't, and he like walks the other way. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
He basically just rides the coattails of Action Bronson.
My God.
He's a friend that just sits behind and likes all the fame from the main guy.
So I'll end it with this super long review. Not a surprise, it's Nick, but that being said, if it was something like LA Beast, like we watched at the bar, I think it would be a great show, honestly. But to give it my undivided attention, no.
Did Gina come into the room going like, "It's story time with Nick"?
Most likely.
She hasn't said anything about it yet.
Oh, okay. Danielle, what about you?
I had breeders.
Okay. I don't remember who assigned that.
Todd
to you.
did.
No, last week, the week prior.
He's been waiting for this too. Last week he's like, "Hold on, where's my fucking review from Danielle?"
She thought it was gonna suck.
I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Oh, my mouth is wide open.
Did you
She
expect
took a
me to
giant
hate
shit
it?
right in it, Todd.
I thought you'd hate it, and then I was like, I was hoping to be surprised that you'd loved it.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I really tried. Cory walked out of the room, and I was like, I really thought I was gonna like it, but I can't understand what the fuck they're saying besides "fuck this, fuck that, fuck you kids." Like,
All right, so 30-second synopsis of the plot.
it's about 2 parents who aren't really good at parenting.
No way.
They try really hard, but they really suck at it. The dad really, really sucks at being a dad.
Is this a comedy?
Yeah, it's on FX.
Oh, okay.
I think it would have been better had they not had British accents because there was a lot lost in translation. Like they had some funny
It's
one-liners.
like Letterkenny.
Kind of.
It's the British Letterkenny.
Don't you dare, Todd.
I was going to say, Todd, I hope you understand that Letterkenny is not based in the UK.
I mean, it did have some funny
That's
moments.
what I said. I go, it's the British version.
Yeah. Like probably the funniest thing was his kids they learned about fire safety and he got really scared about burning alive in their house. And so he's up at night and his dad's trying to like make him feel better about it. And he just keeps bringing up more bad things that could possibly happen instead of the fire thing. So then his kid's worrying about like 12 different things now instead of just the house being on fire.
So I'm looking this up now. I've never seen it, but I'm looking it up, and it looks like Martin Freeman is in it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's a who's who. It's freaking fabulous.
He played He was in the British Office, the original
I've never
Office.
watched that.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Sorry.
You call yourself an Office fan? How
I
dare
am
you? How
a
dare you,
US
Danielle?
Office
Oh, for
fan.
Christ's sake!
For Christ's sakes, you got to watch the UK Office.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know right now because I haven't looked. Well, I did look, but I've forgotten. If I didn't pick you, then the next person who gets to you, God damn it, you should assign her the British Office.
I'm sorry, lady. I'm not from around here. Do you know where the Bryan Street Theater is?
I know. I already. Next time I get Danielle, I know what I'm going to sign.
Oh God!
I'm going the other way.
Now, to be fair, I don't know any of these other people. Oh Jesus!
To be fair.
To be fair, I don't know anybody else in that show other than Martin Freeman.
I've
You don't know
seen
much.
whoever the woman is. I've seen her and stuff before.
Yeah.
But who plays the mom? I don't know what her name is.
And his his dad. as
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
well. Yeah. There's like three of them in there.
All right, so not a fan. So did you watch 4 episodes?
I only made it through 2. I'll be honest.
Danielle.
I could have lied.
Yeah, you could.
But I'll be
Probably should
honest.
have, but all right.
I know.
We appreciate
I'm
your honesty.
sorry.
It's
I'll
okay.
get-
She
get
did
right
say
next
she
time.
slept the whole week.
No. Todd, you go with your gut. If you thought she would like it, you got to go with your gut.
I knew that when I assigned it to her that I was trying to read her mind, and she's like, "Oh, this is gonna be horrible." And I was hoping that I'd be surprised, but it turns out she's like, "This is horrible."
Yeah, as long as you legitimately liked it and thought she would, like that's it. You're gonna have some
Like I said,
strikes and gutters.
I think it was like their accents. I had a hard time following.
Yeah. All
Got
right.
it?
Well, all right. Hopefully, better luck next time, Todd.
You're better
Yeah, I'm
off
going
with Mr. Bean.
Sorry, Todd.
where they don't speak at all.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, I watched I watched Parasite, and that was all in a whole nother language.
That was subtitles. That
I
was
know.
That was not.
I probably could have
accents
used.
that you couldn't
I
understand.
probably could have used subtitles.
You want to? Well, you could turn the subtitles on.
I could have.
So what did you had to watch what, Danielle?
Breeders.
It was Breeders, so no good, huh?
I mean, it wasn't. I didn't enjoy it. Like I said, there were funny moments.
Is that 2 thumbs down?
Like one.
Bob, you're gonna love
one
it.
up, one down.
Well, now that I see that Martin Freeman is in it, I'm kind of interested.
Bob loves breeding.
Like I said, there were a couple good moments.
Got a history. Cory, how about you?
I also had a assignment from Todd that was The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
And
Yeah.
this is the film, right? Not the original.
The
TV
film,
show.
yeah.
Film.
Oh, I watched the film. I don't know if you know, because you did
We were very
clarify,
clear. Yeah,
that
yeah.
it was a film.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, if you were to take James Bond, the 007,
I'm listening.
Archer, and the Kingsman, and kind of mash them all into one,
Absolutely.
that is The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised because I had never even seen a preview or a movie poster, anything for this movie, so I didn't know what to expect. And starting out, seeing it was kind of going to be an action movie that was very James Bond like, I was like, oh shit, this actually might be pretty good. And in one of the first opening scenes, when Henry Cavill gets into a car and he's laying down in the backseat trying to hide, and there's someone driving, the girl that he meets up with, she's driving, and he makes a joke about they still have roll down windows on the car, and it cuts away to him trying to roll down the window with his foot, and they're stopped at a light talking to he's talking to her from the back seat, and they're going back and forth, and finally he says, okay, he goes, when you hear something that sounds like a gunshot, go ahead and start driving. I was like, oh, that's okay. So it happens, and they take off. He's like, well, let's hope he can't drive as fast as he can run. And so I'm like, all right, there's gonna be some good humor in here. And it cuts away to a different scene, comes back to that, and the guy that was in the car that was chasing them, he's caught up and he's holding onto the trunk. And Henry Cavill, he looks back and he can see him through the back window. And she's like, don't you think you should? Oh no, I'm sorry. He goes, He's like, oh, look at that. He's trying to stop the car. And he's literally just behind the car holding onto the trunk and like trying to dig his feet into the ground. And she's like, don't you think you should do something about it? Or shoot him? He's like, yeah, that just wouldn't seem right at this point. And I lost. I'm like, this is going to be fucking hilarious. And I'm not going to lie. And I don't want to go too far into it because I think have you seen it, Bob?
I have not seen it, no.
Dude, you and Nick, and I even told Danielle, it's something you guys should watch because, like I said, it's a perfect mashup of Bond, Archer, and the Kingsman.
Okay.
It's got a lot of action, a lot of good fight scenes, and there's a lot of humor behind it, way more than an average Bond movie.
Okay.
And not that dry Bond humor, like actual.
Hey, whoa.
I mean, it's good.
Easy, buddy.
Bond humor is dry.
You could do a lot worse than Roger
to be
Moore.
clear.
I mean,
Fuck
you could,
Roger Moore.
but
Okay,
He's my favorite Bond, you bitch.
Thank you. Thank you. He is my favorite Bond.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, Todd, have you ever seen the Tick, the 2001 version?
Yeah.
So Henry Cavill, and he kind of reminds me of I can't remember who played the Tick in the 2001 version.
Patrick Warburton?
I think he won a couple Oscars for that.
David Puddy.
Yeah, Patrick Warburton.
Henry Cavill reminds you of David Puddy?
In this movie, yes.
Okay.
His
You got my
stature and
attention
his demeanor and like how he speaks, everything is very similar. It reminded me exactly of the Tick.
Okay.
And I loved the Tick.
Oh, the Tick was amazing.
Oh, Batman well.
I will drink to
Batman
that.
well.
Is it very monotone
The ladies love Batman
and
well.
direct?
Yeah. It's a weird sense of humor.
8-ball, corner pocket.
But no, dude, I loved it. It was a great movie. Like I said, very Bond-esque, and even a lot of the stuff they had in the movie, as far as props, cars and boats and all that. It's definitely a huge shout out to Bond. I mean, if they didn't, go ahead.
This is the story of my life. I get an A and an F. I get a solid CF.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no,
I
man.
wouldn't give you an F,
Strikes and gutters, Todd.
like a C minus.
Strikes and gutters.
That's it. That's it. That's all you can hope
Her
for.
face said F, but her voice said C minus.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Corey.
Yeah,
I
man.
thought that movie was awesome. When I like one night I was like, I haven't seen this before. I'll take a look, and I was floored by it.
So, Todd, let me ask you this: do you know what UNCLE stands for?
Right this moment, no, but I did at one point. Give it to us.
United Network Command for Law Enforcement.
Wow,
Nice.
I didn't know that. That's great.
So, but yeah, like I said, and Ken too. You definitely. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's apparently not what it means in the phrase Uncle Cousin Bob.
That's true. Not
Very
at all.
true. Very true.
All right, so Danielle's the only one here who's had to watch it besides me. I had to watch Dark.
Oh, did you?
I did. Yeah.
I love the way he says it like a chore.
Well, no,
I
because
had to watch Dark.
I suffered through it.
I haven't even given my review
I know.
yet. It could be an A, could be an F.
It could
Nobody
be.
knows yet.
We'll see.
But I knew it sounded familiar, and I wasn't sure who. I'm like, someone else had to watch this before, and I just took a look, and it looks like it was you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a spoiler-free review because I still don't know what the fuck's going on in this show. I watched the first. Have you seen this, Todd?
I have not.
On Netflix? Okay.
Oh, you need to.
So Cory will never watch it because it's subtitled.
Oh, I've seen plenty of it.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh, you must have hated it.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan. Well, he hates subtitles. He hates reading, basically. And there's a lot of reading in this show.
Which to interrupt your review real quick.
Yeah.
Todd, I almost did give you a big fuck you when the movie started.
Oh, started with subtitles?
Oh, it started in subtitles. I was like, this motherfucker. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm gonna call him right now. And then they started speaking English. I'm like, oh, okay, Todd, thank you. That's all right.
oh my God.
Yeah, so at a very high level, it's is it a Dutch town? No.
For Dark, yeah.
Is it-
Dark. So I'm trying to think Rain was Dutch. Dark is German.
No, it is not German.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look it up. I don't think it's German. But in this town, there's a set of 4 families, and they're all kind of intertwined in a different way. Whether the daughter in one family knows the son in the other family, or there's some shenanigans going on between the husband and the wife, between these 2 families, whatever. And there are some disappearances that happen in the town.
When 2 children go missing in a small German town, it's sinful past. The series dark.
They don't sound. It doesn't sound like German when they're talking.
Got a 95% on Google TV shows.
That doesn't make any difference. Anyway, so the first episode was tough, hour-long episode, because you just don't know what's going on. I'm reading subtitles. There's 4 families. I'm trying to figure out who's sleeping with who knows who.
I felt the same.
It was a tough watch, but at the very end, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for. Well, let's do it. Let's go with episode 2. Episode 2 was a little bit easier to understand, and I feel like you knew that it would hook me at the end, because at the end of the second episode, it brought in like an element of Lost that I'm kind of a sucker for. So I will finish the first season for sure. I like the way that they're going out of their way to create like a lot of brooding atmosphere with every time somebody walks past like a building or a tree, they stop walking, they just go, and then the music builds, and someone goes, "Hey, Vicus," and they go, oh, okay, and the music comes down, and you're like, oh, apparently that tree is important to the story, because he just stood there and stared at it for at least 10 seconds.
Vicus.
And it happens like a lot. So
hey, Shuna.
So plus all the names that they use, Mads and Mikkel and Eric, these are not German names.
Yeah, well, apparently they are.
All right, I call bullshit on that, but I will look it up. Anyway, good pick. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
And I definitely will be finishing the first season.
Oh, dude, it like
Don't spoil it.
No, I'm not. Like Lost, it builds.
Okay, and
It builds.
that's the sense that I'm getting, and that's why I'm gonna keep going with it.
Yeah, it's kind of. What did you think, Danielle? I remember your review slightly, but
I thought it's like donkey balls. That's
No,
what
I liked it. I was gonna keep watching it, and I never got around to it.
I just never did.
I was going to keep watching it, and then I didn't.
I mean, that makes me feel a little bit better than the review you gave Todd. Because at the time you enjoyed it.
I did, and I meant to keep continue with it.
It's one of those things that in the back of your mind you
Yeah.
haven't really. Yeah, okay, that's a better review.
All right, so new assignments for next week. Excel says that I have drawn Nick. Todd has drawn me. Cory, you have Todd. Back at you. There you go. Ultimate vengeance. Danielle, you have Cory. Nice work. What do you mean?
Because we watch a lot of the same stuff.
But wouldn't you rather? This is your chance to assign like a Lady Gaga film to him.
No, I did that to you or Nick.
Nick.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, you definitely.
It was one of you.
Nick, you have Danielle.
No, I made Cory watch Taylor Swift though.
That's true. But he wanted to do that.
No, he didn't.
Ken, you want to join the fun?
Yes. Sure.
Sure? Okay. I'm gonna leave it to Cory to assign you a flick. So Cory,
who does Ken get to assign one to?
Let's see. Who? Top 5 favorite films. Go.
They're all mob movies.
Mob movies?
Yeah. Godfather 1 and 2, 3. Goodfellas.
Well, we gotta go Nick then. So he's gonna assign it to you.
Gotta go, Nick. I've never seen any of that stuff.
Exactly.
I was gonna say that's
perfect. I've seen every movie that he's talked about. You haven't seen any of them. Okay. So Todd, you got me. Any thoughts?
Have you seen the real Inglourious Basterds?
yeah.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
All right.
I can come back to you if you want.
Come back to me, please.
Okay. Cory, you got Todd. Any thoughts?
Todd, you have an Apple TV, correct?
I do not.
What network are you looking to? You want to get to Apple TV
Apple
Plus?
TV, yeah.
It's on Apple TV.
All right, if you don't have that, that's
Well, is that the only place you can find it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You might want to. If he doesn't have that, you might want to pick something else. Only because there's no way he'd be able to get it. it's not like I just have to pay $4 to rent it. He wouldn't be able to get it anywhere else.
Because I can't get Apple TV. Can I get it on my?
No, it's only offered on Apple TV Plus, which is only streamable through Apple TV.
Cinema HD.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Huge.
So if you're not gonna be able to get that, have you've seen Serpico, the original movie, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Given my track record of documentaries with you, Todd, there is a documentary on Hulu called Frank Serpico.
Okay.
And they have the actual Frank Serpico on.
I'll take it. It's on Hulu?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Nick, you know what you want for Danielle?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think there's a couple of them that she might have seen. So, number one, this is probably super obvious, but you've seen The Exorcist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you seen Servant?
Servant? No.
Apple TV.
Okay. Is it a scary movie?
No.
Oh, I was like, why do you keep giving me horror movies?
Well, the first one you said was not scary at all, so apparently I have to up my
Which
game. Stigmata.
No, it wasn't scary. It was weird.
Yeah, so Servant on Apple TV.
Servant.
Cory, is there something you want to give to Ken?
Other than Sweet Lovin'.
Well,
Whoa.
Whoa! Let's do a couple more shots first.
I got one for you. High Score on Netflix.
We'll do it.
All right, and Ken, you were going to sign a probably a mob movie-ish thing to Nick, right?
To Nick?
Yeah.
I'm going to sign that slow-ass George Clooney movie on Netflix.
Which one is that?
I don't know the name. Where he's the scientist dying.
Oh, Midnight Sky, the new one.
Yes.
Is that it? Midnight Sky?
Yes. He should be paying back Netflix.
Well, now, hold on. Have you seen this yet?
I watched it.
And you didn't like it?
No.
Does that mean you think he'll like it?
Probably.
No. Okay, so let me explain the ground rules for how this works. You have to have watched it. You have to recommend it, which means if you don't like it,
Todd, did you see that one,
it
Todd?
probably shoots a hole in the fact that you think he's going to like it.
He's funny like that.
Why don't you go with one of the mob movies you said were in your top 5?
All right.
You see none of them.
Well, I'm sure he's seen them. Goodfellas.
No, he hasn't.
I've seen like no movies.
Oh my.
Yeah,
goodness.
he's a blank canvas.
Yep.
Nothing.
Oh, Goodfellas.
Nothing other than porn.
Oh well, I mean like porn versions, like
Hardfellas.
Right.
the Hard Fellas, yeah, stuff like that.
All right. Let's go with Goodfellas.
That's a great pick. That was actually on my list.
The Cockfather.
Right.
All right, Todd, can we Danielle, you have Cory. Any thoughts?
Did you watch Mindhunter?
Watch what?
Mindhunter.
No.
On Netflix. It's the show I was watching I told you about.
That's actually on my watch list, Cory. Looks like it's Mindhunter.
And Nick, just so you know, you can't use the name Cockfather. It's already been done.
I told you I've seen it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with Mindhunter.
So Goodfellas, it's one movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you've got some time because of Ken, unless you're saying you're going to be back here next week.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay. So I guess you don't have time.
The only time I ever use Bob is THYME.
Okay. Because I also had you to picks here. So.
Oh, wonderful! That's fantastic. Yeah, God forbid you press the enter button again and do another algorithm, so we can all have one person.
You only have to watch one of these.
Oh, okay.
All right, is that fair?
One of what?
Of the 2 movies you're going to get assigned.
Oh, okay. That's fine. If I have a boring week,
Right.
I'll watch both of them.
And I'm going to say, apologies to you, Ken, but mine's got to be first.
Wow.
Because you might not be back here next week.
Wow.
I know I'll be back here
Ken,
next
will
week.
you be back?
I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there you go. Because if I leave this fucking blanket up in my house and you don't show back up with this goddamn fucking small buffet children's table, I'm going to be really pissed off.
I'm telling you.
I'll come find you. So I'm going to do my best to watch both of them.
All right, I'm going to give you the complete opposite of Goodfellas. I'm going to give you Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, my God.
It's a good show.
It's a great fucking show.
No.
It's a good show.
Anything I ever saw from it was like a big groan. It was just such a far cry from Seinfeld, but okay.
All right.
It's the dry version of Seinfeld.
Yeah, it seems like unbuttered toast.
Oh, come on now. When the episodes with JB Smoove are awesome.
Oh, yeah, they're all awesome. But now you're going to get a 4-episode sample.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I have 4 hours of homework tonight.
This week. No. You got one of the two. And I'll even say, like, if you're sure you're going to be here next weekend,
I'll be here.
Then you can pick either one.
No. I'm gonna attempt. I know I have that in that feather in my hat, but I'll attempt. That's funny.
That's true. As Dave Chappelle said, you get paid for the attempt.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Cory also has 2, doesn't he?
No, Cory is going to assign something to Ken.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the only thing left is I need to get an assignment from Todd.
All right, Bob. Have you seen 12 Years a Slave?
I have.
Damn it. Wait a minute. Okay, Into the Badlands.
The show?
Yes.
I have.
You have?
Yep.
Dogma.
Oh, come on. I was going to say dude. Todd.
You know he's seen that one.
Eastbound and Down.
I have actually not seen Eastbound and Down. So that's a great
one. There you go.
That one.
You haven't seen Eastbound and Down?
He just listed like 6 things I've already seen. Like,
I know.
I don't have time to see everything.
I know. I'm like, Gone with the Wind. I don't know.
Gone with the Wind.
Smokey and the Bandit?
Seen it.
West Side Story?
That's actually good. I appreciate that, Todd. I always wanted to see that. Just
Sound of Music?
Time. Yep.
Mary Poppins?
Yep. I got kids, dude. Of course I've seen Mary Poppins.
You don't have to give it a reason.
Right.
You don't have to ask, but you did. All right, so we're all done with that. Let's move Cory then into Pick of the Week.
Okay.
I will kick this off while you. I'm not sure if everybody's given this some thought. Ken, you know the rules for Pick of the Week from last time?
I don't.
Okay, so for Pick of the Week, it is literally anything that you want to recommend, and not like I saw this movie, it sucked. You'll like it though. Like nothing like that. you actually have to have been a fan of this. It can be like a movie you watched.
I got one already.
A TV show.
I'm good.
Or like a restaurant you ate at, a food like you were just recommending to me, the thing that you got for the thing you like. Yeah, you could do that. Would be a great recommendation.
All right.
You could do that. So I can kick it off. My pick is an author. I don't recall anyone ever suggesting a book or an author. So
they're on the wrong
I'm breaking
podcast
new
for
ground.
that.
I'm breaking new ground. I didn't say you had to read it on the podcast. So real quick, I think I could do this in 45 seconds or less.
Hold on. Let's see. Can you?
Yeah, I can.
Let us iceberg. Let us see.
All right, ready?
We have go.
Okay, so for The Simpsons, one of the writers, his name was John Swartzwelder. Very funny dude. Unlike like Jack Handy, who did those little clippets that they did in between the sketches, John Swartzwelder wrote a series of books. Look at Danielle; she's already tried. She's like, "Oh my god, I can't stop yawning." He wrote a series of books about this dim-witted detective named Frank Burley, and they're very cheap. You can get them on Kindle. You can buy them on Amazon. They're like $15 or less. They are hilarious, and he's written them. He kind of self-publishes, so they're super cheap. They look like they were literally published by a guy you know down the street. Highly recommend John Swartzwelder, SWARTZWELDER. You can
that was 45 seconds.
Search for it on Amazon. Done.
Wonderful. You're very close.
I was close. Which means that you guys had plenty of time to think about your pick.
I have one.
All right, Danielle.
Restaurant called Bobcat Bonnie's.
I love Bobcat.
Oh, okay. Today I had the jalapeno popper grilled cheese. Fucking amazing. So good.
Do you DoorDash or?
No, we went and did an igloo.
Oh, okay.
So very, very
Did you
good.
bring your man?
No, it was a girls
The other
only.
one.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
She's just practicing for when you're gone.
most likely true. A lot of igloo time when I'm dead.
I'm not allowed to go out when
Mess around.
You're
Pretty
around.
soon you won't be around.
Yeah.
They had a pretty good beer selection last time I was there too.
Yes.
I actually had
They do.
Yeah.
I had what I'm drinking right now, the Blake's.
The hard cider?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But very good. I highly recommend it.
Excellent. Ken, jump in here.
All right. Factor 75.
Okay, explain.
Meal delivery service for the keto program. If you're looking to do keto, Factor 75 is a home run.
Okay, and you were saying earlier that
They're a heat and eat food service.
right. So there's no preparation. They don't send you a bunch of ingredients that you have
just
to put together.
2 minutes in the microwave. You're good to go on your keto program.
So you're getting like the keto equivalent of like a Hungry Man dinner in the mail.
pretty much
Okay.
Wow. How's the taste?
delicious.
Really?
Delicious.
What are some of the entrees that one could expect?
Jalapeno popper,
No, you did. She
no.
just. You're only saying that because she just
It
said
was
that.
grilled cheese.
jalapeno pepper hamburger.
Ooh, that
Delicious.
sounds good.
Delicious.
Okay.
Today,
Give me one more.
today I had a taco bowl.
Taco bowl.
Yeah,
Okay.
delicious.
So it's a taco bowl you just put in the microwave and then you've got
Yes,
a taco bowl.
yes.
How's it personally working for you?
Awesome. It's working great.
Is it really?
Yes.
I mean, you look good, man. Honestly.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
This is a keto crowd, so I think you're preaching to the choir here. We're all going to be looking into Factor 75.
Crowd that looks put butter in their coffee and eat bacon in handfuls. So yeah, this is definitely a keto crowd.
I give you credit for doing it, Ken. That's for sure.
Well, thank you.
I don't think I could personally.
Cory,
I know you could.
You can.
started.
You can do it.
Yeah.
No, we couldn't. You totally
Yeah.
couldn't.
Cory can
I
do
would bet
keto.
money you could.
Oh, Cory can do keto. Cory, the only thing you can't do with keto is carbs. I mean, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He
but-
cannot do keto.
Cory,
Anything green you eat, anything
Cory,
white you
Cory,
don't.
you can have cheeses, you can have bacon, you can have any meat you can
Ribs,
think of.
chicken,
Ribs,
hamburger.
chicken,
You've
anything.
taken his favorite thing off of there,
Hold
which
on.
is fish sticks.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No more fish sticks.
You can have all the vodka you want. All of it.
I haven't. Vodka's not.
Well, but that was your own choice to switch.
Oh yeah.
But you just can't have beer and you can't have
Danielle,
bread.
when was the last time he ate anything
switch
green?
to Jack. You'll be
Green?
fine.
Yeah. Lettuce, Brussels sprouts.
Maybe green bean casserole, but even then, I don't know if he
Lots
really
of
ate it.
lots of berries. Berries are good though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Berries.
yeah, yeah.
Keto's
My
not
favorite,
a
my favorite thing, Todd.
Fruits
not
and
like
veggies are not like a Cory.
no, but keto's not a fruits and veggie diet.
No,
Keto's a
no.
high fat diet that
Yeah,
puts
but you can they let you slot your cheats can be berries.
Yeah, but
Oh, thank God.
it's the so here's the quick mindset of keto is to force your body from
Ketosis.
having high fat. So instead of storing fat, you force your body within a couple days
burn
to
it.
go into a state of ketosis, as like Todd just said. So your body normally wants to store fat because it's the purest form of energy that it can find. So when it's in a pinch, and if you go into like a starvation mode, your body takes that fat and it uses it for energy. So what you're doing is you're training your body, because there's no carbs in your system, to purge fat as opposed to store it. So basically you're just shitting out all this fatty stuff that you're eating.
Stop sugarcoating it, man.
And after you get past the state of ketosis, which I mean, literally, like the chemistry of your body changes. So you almost go into like the DTs, and you get really fidgety and you twitch. But after you get past that point, some people experience it pretty bad. Some don't experience it at all. But after you get past that point, you retrain your body to get rid of fat and use it currently as energy as opposed to storing it as fat cells. And people just start shedding pounds. So literally you can have like 4 cheeseburgers with no bread and everything else and shovel them into your mouth and have a vodka and tonic in front of you and have a stack of cheese and just bite it like a car battery, and then you can, take a handful of bacon and you're going to be losing weight. I mean, that's
eggs. Yeah. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
I've done. You made my. I'm like, I've done this
between 1 and 2 a.m. every night.
No. I actually, it does work. I called it a low carb, no carb, and again, my cheats were berries and dark chocolate because I had one day where I could cheat for part of the day.
Yeah.
But I did very similarly though. On the other days, I was religious about it, and I still have diet tonic in my pantry and lots of vodka, soda with muddled lime. But if you do that, about a month, your body actually really starts kicking in and burning fat. And so I lost like 25, 30 pounds in a month.
So the thing is it takes about 3 days for your body to go into a state of ketosis. And you notice in the middle, like I said, you get like the keto shakes, or
the keto flu.
Yeah.
So a lot of people get.
But the cool thing is they have strips, almost like a pregnancy test, but like in a bottle, like of strips. And you can actually test, and it'll turn red if your body's in a keto state. So you can tell. So you can't, it's the unfortunate part about it, which was hard for me to get on board with it, is it takes so long to get into the fat burning stage of 3 days that for me, it would take up more than half the working week to get into keto to burn. I would burn for about 2 days, and then I'd want to go to the bar with these asshats. And I would want a beer. I would want to drink beer.
You just have to have some self-control.
And I'm like, I could drink vodka. And
switch to vodka or Jack.
And diet, but I drink things too fast. So it would just fuck me up. So
then you have a vodka, then you have a water, then you go back to vodka.
Yeah. Right. You can do that, Bob, with your body. So you start consuming more anyway.
You should be doing 1-to-1 anyway.
So Ken, do you have a device? I think there's a device you can get, whether it's like a finger prick or something like that will test and see if you actually are in ketosis.
No, I don't.
So literally, I have strips upstairs.
I think you can.
I don't have it for keto, but I'm diabetic, but I do have the diabetic strips.
You can for keto. You can piss on them, and they work. I mean, you don't have to piss on them like a pregnancy test, but you can like in the fucking toilet, and it'll.
Wouldn't it just be easier for you to pee on?
I got a target in there now.
I don't want it. There's a little.
His other hand's holding his phone. He can't hold the phone and a strip and his
I can't
dick.
take the picture at the same time.
Right.
And I gotta follow the old sign in a bar in the middle of nowhere. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, please
be a sweetie. And
please be a sweetie and wipe the CD. Yeah, I can't just do everything.
It is your house.
So
right, exactly.
And that's why he's got two bathrooms.
I will say there's one thing that I did, and here's why I haven't done the keto again, although I've started and failed in between. It took me a while to get into ketosis, but the one thing that did change is before the first time I did it, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't lose weight just from moderate exercise and eating well. But I didn't eat sweets before I did my first big weight loss with it, and what's weird is I during that time I craved chocolate and ice cream. I never ate ice cream. I never ate any sweets like that. The weird thing is, so I went and did this thing for a month, lost a bunch of weight, loved it, and then I'm like, oh, wean myself off. And I had read another book called The Abascal Way, where she's like, hey, if you can eat whatever you want, even carbs, if you can figure out which carbs your body burns most efficiently. And so I was mixing things. But anyway, when I came out of the whole thing, I lost a chunk of weight. People were like, this is awesome. But the one thing that I find is what's held on is I crave ice creams and chocolates and candies and bullshit that I never used to eat when I couldn't lose weight. And now, doing it, you have to be mentally strong around everything. That's my...
at Costco, they have these keto ice cream bars, and they're dipped in chocolate. They're 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of carbs.
Yeah,
$12.
I've seen them all. Like I said,
12 ice creams.
When you if you, then I think that works great. If you kind of step off and go to the, because I have like 800 Quest bars in there, similar things, tons of protein, very low carbs, tons of fiber. The weird thing is, like I said, since I haven't jumped back on, I have my Quest bars in there. I think they're really good when I say, hey, I'm going to do this again. But like as soon as I get a regular cookie with real chocolate in it, it's the best. It's like crack. It's just like I said, if you do this keto and you reverse your body, your brain still sneaks in high and hard craving for it. I think that's the one thing you have to kind of watch out for.
So there's a couple things I want to say on that. One.
So for our new listeners, this is now the Keto Cast.
Right. No.
All right. This is way too one more minute or less on this.
Yeah, way too much.
Yeah. One. Lori said avocados cure the crave for ice cream and fats.
She could be right.
And two, I'm trying something new, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. But it was by recommendation of a doctor online of
Dr. Robert Medicine.
Yeah, of a shot of really good extra virgin olive oil a day that has a crazy amount of health benefits, including shedding the pounds. So I'll let you guys know if it works.
I was taking the apple cider vinegar.
I've heard it, but I haven't tried it.
I've heard that's disgusting. It's a tough thing to do.
The vitamin pills are not bad.
Oh, okay.
If you do the shot,
if you're gonna pussy out, Ken, and do vitamin pills, I guess that's one thing.
No,
I thought we were talking.
No.
You said a shot. You said a shot, not a pill.
I know my vegetables.
Pussying out is taking the gummy bears.
All right. Who's left here? Did you?
I did not.
Okay.
Well, let's do this. Another 2 hours. All right. Here we go.
Sorry, hold on 1 second. All right. So anyhow, yeah. So my pick of the week, it's going to be short and sweet. So it's thanks. It's the Every sous vide container. So I have a sous vide, works fantastic. Always just put it in a pot. But when you think about the thermodynamics of it and how the temperature bleeds through, this only makes perfect sense. So the Every sous vide container is a plastic food-safe container that you put the water in. For people that don't know, sous vide means under vacuum in French. It's a way of cooking. You're able to cook things low and slow, kind of like a smoker, but you're able to put them in water, and then you do a reverse or an after sear. You can make food perfect every time. It's app controlled. It's awesome. You can walk away, set it and forget it, kind of like the Ronco. But anyhow, so this is because it's like a heated water bath. This comes with a thermal casing, and it comes with a rack that goes inside the plastic container, and your sous vide wand or whatever you want to call it goes right in the top, and it's got perfect for everything. If you're confused about what I'm talking about, please look it up. SOUSVIDE. SOUSVIDE.
You have two words.
Yep.
And the product you're calling one is Every, right? EVERIE.
So yeah, EVERIE is the product. If you are curious about sous vide at all, the one I use is an Innova sous vide, but you can find them everywhere.
Yep.
I have Innova as well. Very, very solid.
Oh, fantastic.
All right. Who we missed here? Cory?
I think I'm the last one.
Let's go, sir.
Actually, I didn't go yet.
Go ahead, Todd.
No, go ahead, Cory.
No, Todd. I insist.
No, you.
I have all night.
All right. I'm going to mute Cory, so go ahead, Todd. You're up.
All right. Actually, so Mary and I were talking about this tonight, and I wouldn't believe I'm doing this. Columbia Sportswear, the Out Dry jacket, two-piece for men. I actually have two of these, and I don't know that I'll ever need another jacket again. It's perfectly waterproof and windproof on the outer shell. You can zip the outer shell off to a really, really light inner shell that has like kind of that nylon look outside, but it's got the reflective heat inside. The cool bit about it is I've been out in that thing at 30 degrees. It's been very cold here the last couple of days with just a T-shirt on underneath. And when I'm walking the dogs, as I'm generating heat of any kind, I'm like warm. I'm actually opening up the vents to actually vent it. When it gets super cold, though, and you're not moving around, if you put the shell on, it's super light and it's 100% waterproof. It almost sounds like a garbage bag or plasticky, but it's 100% waterproof and windproof. That actually doubles kind of the heat hold in of the other, and that's like good to below. I've had it out in below zero weather in Michigan. It's just awesome. The Columbia Outdry, and unfortunately, they don't make the same thing for women. The men's two-piece inner and outer shell, incredible.
I have a question for you. Do they make it bigger than a 2X?
They do.
All right.
You know, the funny part is I know Todd well enough to know that even though he said, like, I don't know that I ever need to buy another jacket, he will absolutely buy another jacket.
Actually, I haven't, Bob. So the funny thing is I actually went to Columbia in a past life to get yelled at by the customer for their losing some of their data.
Yeah.
But anyway, after the beating, they took us to the store, and actually I saw like a lot of the prototype stuff. And then so the next year, it pushed me into I'm like, I really like the stuff that I got from them. I bought these jackets. Like I said, I can't figure out unless I tear one of the outer shells, and I did get a rip in one of my inner shells because you can zip it out, and I wore it somewhere where I poked it. The only way I'll replace them is that literally, I mean, they've worn really great. The heat works great, and they're at least 3 years old now.
Okay.
So, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Nice pick, Todd.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
I'll have to look into that.
Cory, you got 10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds. Excellent. I wonder where that time came from.
Sorry, Cory.
My pick of the week is the Quip toothbrushes that you can purchase on Amazon or at Target.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen these. Walked right by them. What is the deal?
It's your intermediate between a high-end $150 electronic toothbrush and just your basic manual toothbrush.
What's it run you?
They now make plastic versions, full plastic versions for $25.
Okay.
The metal version you can get for $50.
And they recharge? They've got a rechargeable battery?
They are AAA.
Oh, so AAA and battery inside the unit.
Inside the unit. I will be honest though, I hope she doesn't hear this, but my mom bought me one of those $175 ones.
No one's listening. That's fine.
Not at this point, but I mean, who knows? And I prefer the Quip over the insanely expensive one that she bought me. Between the brush head, how it runs, everything like that, I would definitely go with the Quip.
Do they have different brush heads you can get?
No, there's only one brush head.
Okay.
But I said for me, it's even better than the Oral-B one that cost the same amount of money.
It's a lot bigger than your Oral-B. Like the head.
The brush head's a lot bigger than the Oral-B brush head. But it comes with a little travel case that you can put over the top of it that also doubles as a attachment that you put on tile or on your mirror, and it can also hold it in the shower or at your sink. But I think the best part about Quip is you can go online once you purchase one of their items, and for $5 a month, they will send you every 3 months. They will send you a brand new brush head and an entire tube of toothpaste.
That's not bad.
For $5, I mean that's not bad at all.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Where's the toothpaste come from?
It's from Quip. They make their own toothpaste.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where do they get their material?
I don't trust it.
You seem a little skeptical, sir.
I seem skeptical.
No, Todd.
I do the Colgate Pro Health, so
approved by 4 out of 5 dentists.
I'm that Arm & Hammer.
Oh Jesus!
Oh God!
Todd just goes
baking
right to the
soda. What an annoying little product!
Right to the
I can
kitchen.
do this. I can
He
do
just gets a
that.
box of baking soda, puts it right on the toothbrush.
Don't
there
forget
we go.
the charcoal.
That's
know
right.
it.
Yep. Then he goes to the chimney, scrapes it up against the inside of the flue, gets some of that charcoal on there.
And a dusted Comet.
That's awesome. I'd been good to hear about that. I don't know anybody who'd gotten it. I'd walked past it probably 100 times in Target.
Cory.
I have too, but I said the plastic one's $25. Absolutely phenomenal.
So were you unhappy with the? And again, she's not listening to this, but the more expensive one that you got for a gift, where you're just like, I don't know, this is doing the job.
The brush head is very, very small on it. It's cumbersome. The handle on it, it's this big fucking handle. Yeah. It's very uncomfortable because I brush in the shower.
Small hand story.
Well,
I saw that coming.
Only on you, Todd. Only on you, they look small. So
the handle is too big.
You could have stopped after 10 seconds. I warned you.
No,
but here you are.
So yeah, no, it's I definitely prefer it over the very expensive version, and even though it has the battery, the very expensive one I had, it seemed like after like a 6-month period, I had to recharge it like every other day. So it kind of kills the idea of recharging it. So
okay,
Quip toothbrushes.
10 seconds. I can't say anything. Trust me.
I was gonna say it was 1,000 times shorter than your fucking tangent on keto.
That's to scale.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This is the end of episode 109. Please join us next weekend for 110. We are going to try to get this up on iTunes in the next, let's say 2-3 days.
All right.
They'll be up there, hopefully by Monday. In the meantime, so this is Bob saying goodbye. Nick?
Y'all have a good night. Cory?
Good night, everyone. See you next episode.
You can't remember to say it. I think.
Danielle, yes.
Yeah, See you later.
Ken?
Good night and see you next week.
Thanks, Ken.
Y'all be good to yourselves and each other. Have a good night.